Happy Festivus to the rest of us from Wiley T. Barnett Field as the Harrisonburg Turks, they are 8-7 on this season, led by Voucher on the mound today. Will take on the 12. So far this season, Turks have gotten the best of the Tom Sox. What can the Tom Sox try to do today to get back in the win column against them?
Well, Mike, the Tom Sox are coming off a tough loss last night, but before that loss, they were on a 6-game heater, and they just got to go back to that momentum. Last night, you're not going to win all of them. We have a long season, and fortunately, there are going to be some humbling losses in your schedule, and they just got to get back on schedule. They have the right guy on the mound to do it. Trevor Booten looking to get another win to his name. Every game he's pitched so far this year, the team has gone to a W, so hoping to get a fourth win with him on the mound, and just looking to get back to the winning ways, just get back in the win column.
Absolutely, and for the Tom Sox, they won 6 straight, just lost to Waynesboro Generals last night in what was a pretty dominant performance by Waynesboro, but then in the 9th inning, Tom Sox tried to make some noise, couldn't get it done. They lost 10-6, and for Harrisonburg Turks, they've lost 3 in a row, once neck and neck with the Tom Sox. Now they're going to have to battle back. So let's look at today's starting lineups for the Turks. Spencer Butt will lead us off, led by Anthony Pascal, Christopher Katz, Luke Hatcher, Ethan Murdoch, Jack Cantanaro, Cameron Harris, Matthew Delgado, and Jose Perez. So that is your starting lineup for the Turks so far. Spencer Butt, the lefty, will come out first to take on Trevor Booten. First pitch from Charlottesville High School is underway, and it's called strike one.
Spencer Butt, usually at the bottom of the order, they're switching things up. Hitting 118 on the year, trying to get him in the top of the line to try to change things around.
The 0-1. Fouled back into the fence, and it'll be an 0-2 for the Tom Sox defense. Cale Strickland behind home plate. Wallace over on first. Ryan Wynn on second. Ethan Gibson over on shortstop. Johnny Lopez on third. Wiley over on left field. Ballou, welcome back, Cade Ballou over in center. And Nick Parham over in right field. So that's your starting defense for the Tom Sox. We'll get to the line. Trevor Booten, the 0-2. Check swing, did he go? He did not. Too high, so it'll be 1-2 count. No outs here in the first.
Glad to see Cade Ballou back in the lineup. Team average leader at .435, so we'll be talking about him when he's up at bat.
The 1-2 drops down too low. 2-2 is now your count. And when you talk about Cade Ballou, leads the team with 4 home runs. Missed the past couple of games. Now he's back over in center field. Booten, the 2-2 to Butts. Fires, swing, and a moose. Trevor Booten gets his first K of the day. And the first out for the Tom Sox here in the top of the first.
And what we're going to see here, Trevor Booten, one of these pitchers in this pitching staff that can really control the at-bat. One of the best of getting ahead really early 0-2, and he had 2 pitches that he can try anything out, and then right there he gets butt swinging on the up and outside pitch.
Anthony Pascal now up, the first righty of the day against Booten. First pitch, right down Main Street, strike one.
Pascal, arguably their best hitter, hitting .400 on the year, 14 hits in 35 at-bats.
He's reached second base 4 times, third 1 time. As Booten fires this one, swing and a miss. A little late on that one. It's going to be 0-2.
Loves to get on base. Lower in the RBI section, only has 4, but once he can get on base, he could be a threat. 3 stolen bases on the year, caught stealing only once.
Third in the team and walks with 8. This one, chopped down third base, goes foul. Johnny Lopez over there trying to make the grab. It'll be an 0-2 count.
Good chance by Johnny Lopez. Getting the start back at third today after roaming around a little bit in the outfield. Mr. Utility. And if you listen to our Tom Sox Weekly, I did speak with Mr. Lopez, so be on the lookout for that coming in the next few days.
I believe Monday will be the release date, and a lot of great contact in the shoulder. He's going to eat that one and head over to first base. And the Turks got their first base runner of the night.
And as I just mentioned, Pascal likes to steal, so we'll see if Bob Weiss and his staff will get those wheels turning early and be aggressive the way they've been against these Tom Sox all season so far.
Christopher Katz now up to the plate so far this season. .345 from Wake Forest. Second righty of the day for Booten. Man over on first. Booten looks over. Now fires. This one too high. 1-0.
Booten just has to dig deep here after that hit-by pitch. Very good with controlling these hitters.
Booten gets a signal. This one fouled way back and into the woods behind us for 1-1. I will be trying to keep track of foul balls today. This is my goal.
You know what? Let's just do like a tally total
Yep,
somewhere.
no, I'm doing it right now. So fouls, that's our first one. Or no, second one, excuse me.
That is our second. We had one.
Wait, no, third, because back in the fence, how long do you think this is going to go on for?
Mike, we're going to lose these things soon. It's only the first inning, buddy.
Well, right now the umpire has to get some balls from Brett Gassman coming back out. As last night didn't have his best outing. The Tom Sox let up 10 runs as Booten fires over to first. And Pascal is safe. Tom Sox bullpen definitely struggled, but 10 runs, 6 errors in the field, so that's definitely a stat they'll look to clean up. As Booten, the 1-2, 1 out. This one, too high outside. Be ball 2. For head coach Randy Tomlin, it's definitely a point of emphasis. In a lot of your losses, errors have been the leading stat. Booten, 2-2, 1 out. Fires this one, just misses the corner. He's going to have a full count. First full count of the evening. See what number 37 does with it on the mound. Pascal, average lead over on first. Wallace is there covering it. Booten focuses on the plate. Now he fires over to first, and not in time. Pascal already getting some dirt on his jersey.
That was the closest one out of the two that he went over there. Booten knows Pascal can run. That was definitely talked about in the scouting report. So Strickland and Booten will try to control these base runners here tonight.
Christopher Katz awaits the full count. 1 out here in the top of the first. Pascal goes. This one fouled over, and that's going to be our 5th foul ball of the day. Watch out. Randy Tomlin over there in the dugout. He's on a bucket, and he had to duck his head.
Very warm one today, Mike. You shouldn't even say warm. A scorcher. 91 degrees first pitch right now. And, Mike, tomorrow's going to be 96 here.
How happy I am to be up in the press box with you, Matt.
Oh, we're in the AC.
We're in the AC here. Well, Booten's over in the heat. He looks to fire some heat here in the full count. Swinging, fouled back. And it's going to remain a full count yet again. Katz battling in this one. Katz is over in left field today for the Turks. What can he do at the plate? Full count, 1 out, fires over to first, and not in time to get Pascal. Colby Wallace was in the lineup, but Wallace got the start today. Well, if I said it again, here we go. 3-2, swing and a miss. Trevor Booten's got 2 on the night already, and he retires the second out of the inning, bringing up Luke Hatcher from West Georgia.
And Boone's been very good in most of these games. 4 strikeouts in leading in his first start. That was against the Cavaliers. 2 in his next 2 starts. So 8 strikeouts total, 10 pitches this year. He's only allowed 5 hits.
Yeah, it's 2 to his total here. This one's chopped over to Johnny Lopez. He grounds it, but they're going to call it foul. So it'll be an 0-1 count back to the plate. Anthony Pascal has the green light here with 2 outs, and he just took off immediately on the pitch.
Cale Strickland's been monitoring him over there at first, so we'll see if they'll go to see if, almost like a pitch out, have Booten throw the fastest pitch as they can nail him if he grabs 2.
Booten fires this one, now dropped over to Lopez. He's going to ground it, but also miss it. Excuse me. No one covering third. They're going to have to get running over there, and all runners will remain safe. And I believe that will be the first hit of the day for the Turks. Not totally sure. It was a very tough play over there for Lopez to grab. So Ethan Murdoch coming up to the plate. 250 on the season from Marshall. Will face Booten. This will be the 5th batter so far in the inning for the Turks. 2 outs here. Runners on second and first. What was that ruled as?
Mike, that was ruled as an error, so an E5 to Lopez.
This one through the gap and into center field. Here comes a runner through. The play at the plate is chopped off by Colby Wallace, and Anthony Pascal will score the Turks' first run of the evening. They got a 1-0 lead here with 2 runners still on.
So it's the 8th time this year that Pascal has scored for the Turks. So they're trying to get the Booten early here on this hot day.
So an RBI single for Ethan Murdoch. Scores Anthony Pascal and advances Hatcher over to second base. So Booten with 2 outs here. Just got to get 1 more, and it's going to have to face Jack Quincenero up at the plate from James Madison. Booten looks over at Ryan Wynn on second, seeing if he wants to go. Wynn backs off. Now Booten fires. That one able to grab the plate. 0-1.
Canizaro hitting .250 on the year. 9 hits in his 36 at-bats.
Canizaro awaits. Booten. Be 1-1.
7 RBIs too, so a big scoring opportunity here for the Turks to go up 2 against the Tom Sox.
Booten nods. Takes a breath. The windup, the delivery. This one chopped over down the third base line, and yet again another foul ball. Got 8.
I do got 8, Mike.
Got it. So 1-2, 2 outs. Trevor Booten trying to get out of the inning with 2 runners on. And the Turks already on the scoreboard. The Tom Sox scored first in the majority of their games. I believe it's only been 3 or 4 that they haven't scored first in. One of those games was against the Turks. Canizaro awaits the 1-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Booten looks over at second. Now fires. This one able to grab the plate for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. But the damage has been done. The Turks get on the board through Tom Sox TV. Welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Mac Abram, happy you guys could join us along for this stream. And the Turks able to grab 1 run in the top of the first inning, thanks to an error and then a RBI single from Ethan Murdoch. Now, coming up for the Tom Sox, Ethan Gibson leads it off. Cade Ballou, welcome back, is in that second hole. Colby Wallace at third. Robbie Levy, also welcome back. He got 1 at-bat last night, but officially back in the starting lineup as the DH. Ryan Wynn, Johnny Lopez, David Wiley, Nick Parham, and then Cale Strickland ending the lineup. They will all face Joseph Voucher. And then with the Turks, Delgado behind home plate, Hatcher over on first, Harris second, Perez over on the shortstop, Canizaro over on third, Katz left field, Pascal center, and then Murdoch over in right. So Ethan Gibson comes up to the plate. 2.71 average on the season, 24 runs scored, and this one fired in, strike 1.
And for Voucher, his 3rd appearance of the season, has a loss and a win. Highest he went was in a loss to the Covington Lumberjacks back on June 7th. He went 4 innings pitched, and his win was against the Generals on the 13th, went 3 1/3.
Second pitch is the ball, 1-1. Voucher, a righty facing righty Gibson. Gibson showed bunt. That one outside. He pulled away just quick enough, so it'll be 2-1 count.
And back to Voucher, a 1.22 ERA. 11 strikeouts this year. He's given up 7 hits.
Voucher fires in this one in the lefty's batter's box. It'll be 3-1. Ethan Gibson, known for his ability to get on base, leads the team in walks and runs. See what he can't do here. 3-1, no outs. 5th pitch in there for strike 2. And we've got our first full count for Joseph Voucher.
Gibson's the last base runner the Turks would like to deal with to start this hot evening.
Belcher fires the 3-2. In there, strike three, and Ethan Gibson goes down first for the Tom Sox. Bring it up now, Cade Ballou. Welcome back, the 6'3", 210 rising sophomore from Auburn. Left the team for a little bit for personal reasons, and now he's back in the lineup, the power hitter in this lineup.
Still leads the league, Mike, like you mentioned in the pregame. 4 home runs and the average at .435.
The lefty takes the first pitch outside and away. It'll be a ball 1.
And for Ballou, his first start since June 11th. My apologies, said July. And Mike, he was the RBI leader just until 2 nights ago. So shows what.
And who took that one?
Roldan.
Roldan. This one chopped to the first baseman. Actually looks like it went foul off of possibly his foot. He's shaking like it hit his right foot a little bit. So be a 1-1 count, 1 out here. They're going to give him a little bit of time to kind of shake it off. No.
10 hits and 23 at-bats, 12 runs scored, 15 RBIs for Mr. Ballou with that .435 average, and can also steal, Mike.
The Alabama native awaits the 1-1. Down low, ball 2 from Belcher.
Ballou's been walked 4 times this year.
This one hit pretty well. Deep center field. No down. Oh, no. Hits off the wall. Cade Ballou goes over to second base. And his first bat back with the team. He gets a double.
How about that? His second double of the year. Mike, that one was crushed. I almost thought that one was going to get out too. The center fielder turned his back, but very good defensive play there. The center fielder in Pascal turned his back to maybe shield that base runner and make sure he doesn't, go all the way to third. So very good defensive play there, but also a huge, huge double. Welcome back to the lineup, Cade Ballou.
Off the State Farm sign over there in center field. Now with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, the Tom Sox got a runner in scoring position as Colby Wallace. A huge hitter for them. Comes up to the plate. First one is down away in the dirt, and this one's going to go flying over the head of the second baseman, but batted down. Cade Ballou fell down and now gets over to third off an error from Delgado. What a job by Harris to get up there. I mean, he climbed the ladder to bat that ball down and keep it in the infield, and then Perez picked it up over on shortstop. So Cade Ballou now over on third base for the Tom Sox, and Colby Wallace looked to hit him on in. Second pitch, in there, strike 1.
For Voucher, that sidearm delivery. Most of those pitches are getting curved to the outside of these righty hitters. We have seen a sinker so far from Voucher.
Voucher fires way outside. Nice job by Delgado. Go out and grab that one. It's going to be a 2-1 count, 1 out here. To Colby Wallace. Robbie Levy on deck. He did get his first plate appearance last night against the Generals. Now he'll get his first official start here back with the Tom Sox. Voucher gets the nod. Swing and a miss from Colby Wallace. Looks like that one fouled off. So it'll be a 2-2. 1 out. If Voucher can get his second out here, it's going to be pretty big for the Turks.
We got Ballou creeping over there on third, knowing that.
Voucher fires outside. He's going to get a second full count of the inning. As you said, Ballou out there on third. Not a big lead, but also nobody covering the bag. So can do as he pleases over there. 3-2, 1 out. Ballou over on third. Wallace. This one, swing and a miss. Joseph Voucher grabs another strikeout here.
Early pitchers duel so far, Mike. Got 3 for Bowden and right now 2 for Voucher. So seeing some good pitching right now. And welcome back to the starting lineup, Robbie Levy.
Levy got an appearance, as you saw that swing and a miss from Wallace there. Levy got his first appearance back with the team last night. Grounded out. Now in his second appearance, takes the first pitch in for strike 1.
Levy, another team leader after missing a few games. .394 average. He's got 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 13 total hits on the season.
Second on the team in home runs. Levy trying to swing for the fences there. Fouls it off, 0-2.
Levy also the person who can get on base 6 walks and does have a stolen base on the year. So a lot of guys who can get on base, Mike, and just fly around these bases for Randy Tomlin's squad.
0-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Voucher looking to get out of it with Cade Ballou over on third. Voucher fires this one, almost hits him, and now Ballou is going to come on home, play at the plate, not in time. Cade Ballou steals home and gets the Tom Sox their first run of the evening to tie this one up at 1.
Mike, can't be a better welcome back to the lineup inning for him. Double off the wall, gets to third after a bad throw, and now on that wild pitch, he knew right away he was darting for home, and he's in there safely. 1-1, we have a tie ball game here.
And you just saw on the replay, that throw just a little outside. If Delgado could flip it in, that might have been a lot closer than it was. Robbie Levy, 1-2, 2 outs. What can he do here? Voucher almost tags him again. It's going to be 2-2.
And for Voucher, too, a little slow getting to the plate, so that also had to play to the effect that Delgado had a chance, but broke a little late.
The 2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, Robbie Levy. Swing and a miss. Joseph Voucher has 3 strikeouts, just like Trevor Booten, but both pitchers give up 1 run in the first inning. We're headed to the top of the second right here on Tom Sox TV. Top of the second coming at you here on Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Mac Abram, along with you guys for this journey after a very close first inning. The Turks were able to get on the board through an Ethan Murdoch RBI single. And then Tom Sox respond right back with a Cade Ballou double, and he rounded the bases to get on home. So Trevor Booten back to work against Cameron Harris here. First pitch. This one flown out to center field. Cade Ballou looks like he's under it, and he makes the grab for an F8 to start the inning.
Couldn't really even talk about our batter in Harris. Gets out so quick on that first pitch.
Well, coming now, Matthew Delgado, the catcher today for Harrisonburg, and from Rogers State, he's going to have to come up and make some noise here for Harrisonburg. Booten, already with 1 out here. Fires this one. This one also drilled into center field. Cade Ballou's just going to get right under it. Makes the grab. And Cade Ballou really had to take a couple steps so far, and he's already got 2 outs.
First step was a little quick for Ballou coming in as the outfielder. Usually your first step is back, but was able to get under it and track it beautifully. So quick 2 outs there for Booten in this 1-1 ball game. Brand new ball game, Mike.
Joseph Perez now up at the plate from Rollins College. Does the lefty also fly out to center field? This would be something to see as he shows bunt for the first pitch outside, ball 1.
Jose Perez, 125 average, down in the lower end. He's got 1 hit this season and 8 at-bats. Starting to get some starts here for the Turks.
Booten fires right down, up high though. It's going to be 2-0.
Does have a double as that only hit. 2 RBIs, 2 walks. Has 2 stolen bases as well, so can fly.
2-0. No one on. Booten takes a breath and fires this one too far outside. It's going to be 3-0.
His first 3-0 count of the night. First 3-0 count by both pitchers on the night.
Sun's starting to set behind the high school, but it's definitely playing an effect on the right side of the field. Booten, this one showing bunt, grabs the plate for the first strike. Jose Perez, very speedy. See what he can do here. 3-1, 2 outs. Top of second. This one drilled through the gap in center field, and it's going to get over to Cade Ballou. And now Perez rounds first, stays there. And the Turks got their first runner of the evening.
And for Mr. Perez, his second hit of the summer. So that's got to be a feel-good moment to try to get a little bit of his momentum back up, Mike.
Well, now we head to the top of the lineup again with the DH of the day, Spencer Butt. Struck out in the first inning, one of 3 that Booten had in that inning. See what he does here.
You're just going to have to speed on it because Jeff has a read.
Fires over to first to check over on Perez. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stick over on first base. Booten back on the mound. To Butt, the Florida State. See what he can do. Booten fires outside. 1-0.
As I mentioned not too long ago, Perez does have 2 stolen bases, but with 2 outs. See if he does get a sign there. Kale Strickland will keep his eye on him behind the plate.
Booten nods. Wind up. Delivery. Check swing. Did he go? Doesn't matter. Right down the middle. It's going to be 1-1.
Booten's got to battle back after allowing that 3-0 count, the lead on being a single.
Fires this one upstairs and high. Kale Strickland had to jump up for that a little bit. It's going to be 2-1.
And for our umpires tonight, we had Robert Rupi, Mike Mackey, and the Honorable James Love.
Booten fires. Runner takes off. Kale Strickland fires over to second base. Does he get him? Safe. Gibson couldn't apply the tag in time, and Perez gets over to second base.
That was a dart by Kale Strickland behind the plate. Good jump by Perez. Good snap throw by Strickland, but I guess just a tag was not applied there by Gibson on the run. 3-1 again, Mike.
Back to the plate. Same count. 2 outs. Booten looks over on second. No one covering. He's got to fire this one. Fouled back into the fencing, and we're going to have another full count here.
Mike, I already lost count of our foul balls. Where are you at right now?
I'm at 9.
Oh, perfect.
I do not think that's... Well, I think it's right.
Hopefully it's right.
Hopefully it's right.
We'll see if our point streak people are
I'll say we
keeping
can't
up
even,
to it, and we'll check after the game. Shout out to Asher Long doing our job tonight for point streak.
I'll say Asher's counting 9. Oh, we got it.
We're on it.
Come on,
Thank
Matt.
you, Asher.
3-2, 2 outs in the top of the second. Booten fires this one, drilled down the third base line, but goes foul into the fencing where the Turks bullpen is today. Now Wiley's going to have to run over there and throw it back out of play. So stop me if I said this one before. 3-2, 2 outs. Booten versus Butt. Booten fires. Booten fouls it back, and we've got 10.
Butt struck out with his first at-bat. Trying to get to Booten again here in the second.
Runner on second. Booten looking for his 4th strikeout of the early evening. Gets the nod from Strickland. Booten fires this one. Swing and a miss from Spencer Butt. And Trevor Booten ends the inning with a strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Turks. We're headed to the bottom of the second right here on Tom Sox TV. Ryan Wynn, Johnny Lopez, David Wiley due up for the Tom Sox as we've got a tied ball game here heading to the bottom of the second. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabram here on Tom Sox TV as when these two teams, Matt, come together, it's a nail biter to the end.
It is. But right now we have Ryan Wynn up, Mike. Let's talk about Ryan.
Voucher fires this one, drops in strike one. Ryan Wynn, Wolford. He's got 12 hits on the season, 324 average. He's played a big part in a lot of the recent wins for the Tom Sox. This one, too high, 1-1.
And Mr. Wynn is on a 7-game hitting streak with 11 hits in those games.
Jeff, I become more like you every day.
Voucher the windup. Fires this one. Fouled over to the first base line and out of play. Hits the batting cages over on the right side.
For Wynn also, 324 average. Been walked twice this year.
Win the 1-2, check swing. Did he go? He did. Another strikeout for Joseph Voucher. He's got 4 on the night, just like Trevor Booten. Those two keeping pace. Now coming Johnny Lopez.
That was Robert Rupi who said he went around the home plate umpire. Didn't even have to ask for help. So both pitchers, 4 strikeouts, Mike.
Yep. Johnny Lopez, 17 hits, 309 average. The lefty shows bunt, pulls back, and it's going to be ball one. Matt, you talked to Lopez a couple days ago. Replay here. Did he go? Oh, no, that was Wynn. Looks like he went.
Yeah, I did have a chance to talk down with Johnny. Don't want to give away too much because you can tune into our Tom Sox Weekly when that comes out. But just an all-around great interview. And Lopez, who tried to show bunt with that first pitch, had a big bunt 2 nights ago in that win in Covington. So you're going to say that hit him.
So Johnny Lopez gets on base by hit by pitch, and now David Wiley comes on up, another Wolford guy. Seems like head coach Randy Tomlin had to split those two guys up with a Seminole State College guy in the middle between them. So Wiley the righty with Johnny Lopez over on first base.
Wiley hitting 276 on the season. 8 hits since joining the team in his 9 games.
Wiley first pitch, outside down in the dirt. Doesn't even think about it, 1-0.
Wiley, 1 stolen base. Did have a mammoth home run in the 11-2 game here. Or 10-2 game against the Generals.
Voucher nods, fires, swing and a miss from David Wiley. Try to pull that one down third base line, but no go there, 1-1.
We have Lopez over there on first. 6 stolen bases, Mike, so we'll see if he gets those wheels turning.
Not a big lead as Voucher throws this one, and David Wiley ropes it into the right center field wall. It's going to go back, and Johnny Lopez rounding third. Wiley over on second. This one's going to be close at the plate. Lopez goes in. Delgado has to cut off the throw. And the Tom Sox get their second run of the day through an RBI double from David Wiley.
What a hit by Wiley into the gap going all the way to the wall. And Johnny Lopez, I was just saying, 6 stolen bases. He has a speed. His head was down, and he knew he was scoring. Randy Tomlin's been very aggressive with this team, and he was sending him the minute that ball hit into the gap. So 2-1, your Tom Sox lead it here early.
Nick Parham, East Carolina. He's got 1 hit with the Tom Sox so far this season. Through a few games when he joined them last week. Voucher, runner on second. Fires. First pitch too low. 1-0.
A few games ago in Covington, Parham with that game winner in the 9th with 2 outs, 2 strikes on him. Drove in Wiley and Lopez.
Righty v lefty. Takes this one outside and dirty yet again. 2-0. On deck, Cale Strickland. Auburn catcher. He's got 11 hits on the season. And out the plate, Parham versus Voucher. Voucher fires this one, grabs the plate. It's going to be a 2-1. 1 out.
3 total RBIs in that home-and-home series against those Covington Lumberjacks for Parham. Had 3 RBIs. It's been walked twice this year.
Voucher looks over, slings this one down too low. It's going to be 3-1 now. As Wiley, not a big lead over on second. Perez and Harris. More Perez is right behind him. Harris kind of backing off second base. Has to put his hand up because of the sun. Now Voucher at the mound. Swing and a miss there from Parham. Now we got another full count here. 3-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Already 1 run scored for the Tom Sox, and they're threatening again with the runner on second. Voucher fires and too low and outside, and we got ourselves a walk and 2 runners on for the Tom Sox now.
And for Cale Strickland, who, Mike, had a good day yesterday at the plate, didn't he?
Yes, sir. He got on base 3 out of 3. I believe all 3 of those.
I think he went 3 for 3 yesterday, and he was walked twice. He was on base 5 times yesterday total.
Catcher for the Tom Sox has another opportunity to do some damage here. 2 runners on. Voucher fires just off the plate. 1-0.
That's for Strickland. I think you just mentioned it, Mike. 306 on the year. 16 walks as a team.
Voucher looks over at second. Nothing moving over there. Slings it too low. 2-0. No action in either bullpen, so it looks like Joseph Voucher, this is his inning to go. 1 out. Wiley on second. Parham on first. Again, too low. 3-0. This one's starting to get a little dangerous here for Joseph Voucher. He goes the bases here. Ethan Gibson, we're going to have to the top of the lineup, and Ethan Gibson is already stricken out once, but still a very dangerous batter on the season. Voucher, 3-0, 1 out. This one drops right in. Oh, no, a little too high. It's called. It's going to be 4-ball walk. And Ethan Gibson walks up to the plate with runners on every base. No action in the bullpen. And it looks like Delgado's going to walk out to talk to Voucher.
3-0 pitch went for the curveball there. It looked a little bit beautiful from our side, Mike, but we are not the home plate umpire, so we don't get to make that call.
Looked like it had the location, just not the height.
No. And for Strickland, just continuing to get on base. Yesterday, that on-base percentage was at a .528 in that game. He was on base 4 total times yesterday.
So 2 straight walks for Voucher. And obviously that double that got Lopez in. Umpire signals their first mound visit of the day for the Turks. They trail by 1 here in the bottom of the second. Ethan Gibson steps up to the plate. Virginia Tech struck out looking in the first. See what he does in the second at bat. Joseph Voucher. The windup and delivery. Too high. Gibson had to lean back a little bit. 1-0. Delgado now coming out, and looks like we're going to get another mound visit here. And we do have a little bit of action going in the bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Nick Berryman from our point of view, number 22. He is a lefty, so possibly switching things up here. Looks like for now the Turks are just trying to buy time for him to warm up, and then also possibly pull a double play here to end the inning. It would be huge for the Turks to get out of this one with only 1 run on the board. But quick look around the South Division standings. Sox lead 12-4. Turks right behind them at 8-7. They've lost 3 straight. Braves 9-8. Generals 8-9. Lumberjacks 7-9. They've won 2 straight. The Cavaliers at the bottom with a 4-11 record. And Tom Sox after tonight will face Stanton 2 times on the road on Saturday and then at home on Sunday. So a pretty big series going on there. But for now, Voucher winds up the 1-0. This one dribbled over the shortstop. It's going to get through. They're going to round the bases. Here comes Wiley home. He's going to score. Now here comes Parham. He's going to cross home plate. And as Cale Strickland goes over to third, the ball goes past him. And Ethan Gibson stands up at second base. Tom Sox lead 4-1.
That's a big clutch hit there for Gibson early on in this game.
Man, that one just got by the pitcher and the shortstop. Center fielder Pascal almost had a nice throw to third, but nevertheless, it's 4-1 now. Runners on second and third as Cade Ballou, who doubled and scored in the first off of 2 stolen bases, comes up to the plate. Another lefty here in the lineup.
Wiley and Parham knew once that ball got through, their heads were down, and they were getting the signal from Tomlin. So nearly 4-1 lead here for Tom Sox. So they'll try to get that pitcher. Berryman warming up quick because Voucher Mike is in a bit of a jam.
First pitch in for ball one. Almost hit Baloo. He kind of had to shake out of this one. Fouled into the parking lot. And we've got 12 foul balls on the day. Already through 2.
Already through 12 foul balls. It's a lot, Mike.
1-1. This one popped up, and again, trailing foul and out of play it goes. And another one. So 1-2, one out here. Bottom of the second. Gibson on second. Cale Strickland over on third. Cade Blue at the plate. Voucher fires this one outside. 2-2.
Voucher needs to try to get a big out here any way he can. Be dangerous to get these bases juiced for Colby Wallace, who is on deck.
Already had 4 strikeouts today. Can he get a 5th here to put 2 on the board? Voucher fires this one. Beamed into center field. Back at the wall. No doubt about it. Cade Ballou. 3-run shot for the Tom Sox. And welcome back into the lineup. Tom Sox lead 7-1 here in the bottom of the second.
Ballou got all of that. Our center fielder, Pascal, just was really turned around. First one went off the wall for that double. This one, he got them all. And just like that, your Tom Sox below in this game open 7-1 here in the second.
Double. Now a home run. Cade Ballou responsible now for 4 of the 7 Tom Sox runs. Looks like we're going to get a mound visit and a pitching change for the Turks. So we'll have all that information when we come back right here on Tom Sox TV. We got a new guy on the mound, but for now, number 28, Joseph Voucher's day is done. Ending in a third, 4 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. And now this is number 21, Ben Craig, we're being told, lost his jersey apparently, and he will take the mound. So a little bit of a number swap here for the VBL as it looks like we're just getting it changed up here. Looks like the coach is coming out to talk with the home plate umpire and just make sure we got the changes all set. Now we're underway here. So Colby Wallace will come up for his second appearance. 1 strikeout in the first inning, and the righty with no one on and 1 out. Look to keep this 6-run inning going for the Tom Sox.
For Benjamin Craig, his 5th appearance of the year. 5 total innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, only allowed 4 hits. ERA 180, just sub 2.
First pitch, ball 1. Second pitch, outside, ball 2. So Benjamin Craig, Maryland, Baltimore, rising junior, 215 to 6'3". Fires this one, dribbled over to the shortstop, Perez. Fields it cleanly, fires over to first, and there's the second out of the inning. Benjamin Craig comes into the game, gets the second out, and now upcoming Robbie Levy. He'll have to face his first lefty. Something very versatile about this Tom Sox lineup. It's like, all right, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, maybe 2 righties, all right, and then 2 lefties.
You just said it best, Mike. And with Levy being up right now, on deck is the guy who got the party started, Ryan Wynn, who started the inning.
So we're almost through the entire Tom Sox lineup as Levy takes the first pitch in for strike 1. Second pitch, fires. This one hit pretty well in a deep right field. Under it is Murdoch. He's going to run and make the grab to end the inning. But the Tom Sox grab 6 runs onto the board. It started with Johnny Lopez getting hit by a pitch and David Wiley, a double to score him. Then Cade Ballou walks up to the plate and smashes one over the center field wall. So you just see that replay right there. His debut back for the Tom Sox. So we've got ourselves a 7-1 ball game. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV. Trevor Booten back out for the 3rd inning for the Tom Sox after they add 6 to the board and take a 7-1 lead. Welcome back, everybody, to Tom Sox TV. Glad you guys could join us for this evening's action. As Mike Bolger, Matt Cabral with you guys, and we do have to say we did lie to you guys. Foul balls, we were not at 12 or 13. We are at apparently 16 or 17. Our statistician Asher told us that we might have miscounted 1 inning as Booten fires this one, ball 1.
Basically, Asher's telling us that we're lying to the broadcast if you're listening to us, so we're going to get fired after this.
So our apologies, but we are at 16 or 17. We'll get that officially confirmed as the second pitch down in the dirt, ball 2. Up at the plate, Anthony Pascal. He walked and got all the way around as he flies out here. High fly ball in the infield. Ryan went under it. Now it's get called off by Ethan Gibson. And Wynn laughs at that one as... Oh, no, excuse me. Did he dropped it. Oh, yeah, no, he dropped it. Let's look at the replay again. This one hung up there for a very long time. You can see the pitcher, Booten, wave him off, and Gibson come in. Then Gibson drops it. Wynn almost had a chance at it. So, excuse us, that's an error on the infield.
That'd be an E6 on Gibson.
And the Turks get a runner on base to start the evening. Excuse me, the 3rd. Cats now faces Booten for the 2nd time. Booten's pitch, too high. Cats struck out in the 1st inning. He's batting a 3.45 on the season. Booten checks over to first. Now this one lifted into Cade Ballou's territory over in center. He makes the grab. He fires into the infield cleanly for the 1st out of the inning. That is his 3rd putout of the day so far.
So for Cade Ballou's welcome back game, we've been saying welcome back every time he does something. But a double, a home run, and 3 outfield assists. Have a night.
I would say he's doing it all in his welcome back game. As coming to the plate now is Luke Hatcher. He got on base through an error on Johnny Lopez over on 3rd as Booten fires. This one drilled into left field, under it, making the grab. No, looks like it's going to drop. Wiley almost had it, but Luke Hatcher reaches on base through a single and sends Pascal over to second base, as you see the replay here. Nicely hit ball. It looked like Wiley was going to let it drop and then dove last second. and couldn't make the grab.
What a play by Wiley to dive, but also corral the ball on that drop. Could have been dangerous. Get by him on that dive attempt, and he was able to just keep it in front of him, and the runner stays over there at second.
So Ethan Murdoch now up to the plate. This one hit pretty well in the right field. Under it is Parham. He's going back, misjudged it. Now he makes the grab, tagging up as Pascal over to third base. Now the Turks have runners in the corners with 2 outs. Parham looks like he lost it in the sun there. The sun is still not behind the high school to our left. So everybody on the right side of the field is having a hard time right now.
Brutal sun glaring onto that right side. A lot of shades over there for the team.
So Booten in his 3rd inning. He's got himself in a bit of a jam. Runners in the corners, 2 outs though. He's going to have to face Jack Canizero, who struck out in the first. From James Madison, the righty will face the righty pitcher. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1.
And he was able to get him striking out in his first at-bat back in the first. Got him looking, actually, for his first.
Canizero bloops this one over, and it's going to go over the head of Johnny Lopez in the left field. It's going to score 1, and the Turks answer back with 1 run. That one, an odd hop over on third base. Let's take another look at this. Canizero, that one just hit the grass and goes over Lopez. He loses his hat in the process, but Wiley able to back him up. So the Turks have runners on first and second now, 2 outs, as Cameron Harris comes to the plate.
A little bit of a dangerous lip here at Charlottesville High School for the infielders. That one, the first one you said, Mike, went over his head. It bounced over his head.
Yep. 2 outs. Booten looking to end the inning. This one gets away from Cal Strickland, and both runners are going to advance cleanly. Now the Turks looking to grab a couple runs back here, down 7-2 in the top of the 3rd. As Booten just going to walk back up to the mound, take a breath, focus on the plate.
And for Anthony Pascal, scored both of their 2 runs so far.
Harris at the plate, the lefty against righty. Booten fires this one, chopped over to shortstop. Gibson cleans it, fires over to first in time. The Tom Sox end the inning with 2 runners left on base, both in scoring position. But the Turks able to grab back 1. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd right here on Tom Sox TV. Welcome back here in the bottom of the 3rd on Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabram, along with you guys as Ryan Wynn comes up to the plate. But Matt, first, our promotions team took 2 players aside to air their grievances out a little bit. Matt, I heard you got a couple things of your own.
Well, yeah, it is Festivus night, so we're going to air some grievances out of people here in the broadcast booth. I'm going to look at Corbin, our scoreboard operator and chief editor. Corbin, you're so good at throwing out first pitches, buddy.
Aw. First pitch from Craig outside Ryan Wynn. Aw, you guys missed it. It was a good pitch.
Aiden Alexander, our pitcher, just couldn't help him out, actually, with the scoop. So, you know what, Corbin? I'm just, ruffling your feathers.
Craig fires this one in for strike 1. Oh, my goodness. 1-1, no outs. Craig fires. Wynn takes ball 2.
Producer broadcast here. We're not just
Very dangerous game we're playing right now.
Oh,
in the
we
press
are.
box. Craig fires this one. Chopped over to second base. Harris gets it. Fires the first in time. The Turks got one in the third.
Trying to air out more grievances. I'm trying to think of one for you, Mike, my roommate for the summer.
Oh, man. Here we go.
I don't know. I got to think of one right now. Maybe we'll come back forward. Corbin just keeps smiling about the one I just aired out about him.
Johnny Lopez up to the plate now. The lefty was hit by a pitch in that second inning and scored the first run of the inning. That then ended up being 6 for the Tom Sox to add 7 to the board so far today. First pitch, ball 1.
Lopez coming around to score was the 16th time he's scored this summer, Mike. So definitely a guy who can get on base and come around and help this Tom Sox offense get some runs.
Lopez, the 2-0. Craig winds up, fires. Lopez fouls that one off. And now we've got our 18th foul ball of the evening. And kind of a cool little note here. Ryan Wynn, after that ground out, walked over to the dugout, and now he's helping out a couple of batters recognize what Craig's doing on the mound. As Craig, this one looks like it hit the bat of Lopez, fouls off into the fence, so it's a 2-2. So Wynn just trying to help out as much as he can here in the inning and help his team extend this lead early on. Lefty v lefty. Craig almost as Lopez. He has to shift his feet back out of the way, and now we got ourselves a full count. One out here in the bottom of the third. No one on. 3-2. Lopez gets hit right in the rear end, flips his bat, and he's headed over to first. Man, Johnny Lopez hit twice now.
Hit twice?
If it was anywheres. David Wiley now up to the plate. Another Wolford guy in this lineup. He doubled in the second. He was able to score Lopez, and he scored himself a few moments later. So now Craig fires. Lopez takes off for a second. The swipe down. Did he get him? Safe. Lopez able to get his way in there. Harris's tag not in time. So Tom Sox got a runner in scoring position with one out.
Make that 7 stolen bases on the summer for Johnny Lopez. Another one of those threats, just like Ethan Gibson at the top of the order.
0-1, one out. Craig against David Wiley. Wiley already 9 hits on the season so far. This one in for strike 2, so it's going to be 0-2. As looks like Marco Livari is down there helping with the 50-50 raffles. Got to talk to him a couple days ago, and as Matt alluded to, our Tom Sox Weekly will be coming out pretty shortly, so you guys can catch all that content here. 0-2, one out. This one fouled back. You know what that means, Matt? Number 19.
And Mike, for our pitchers here, if you're not going on the day, you're basically part side quest of the promotions team.
I think they enjoy it. It's a fun time. 0-2, one out. Bottom of the third. Runner over on second. Wiley swinging a miss in the dirt. It's going to be a first strikeout of the day for Benjamin Craig. And the second out of the inning.
We got Farnham coming up who walked his first out.
Yes. Oh, no. Here it is. Over on Tuesday, the first pitch.
And that's that's why I aired out Corbin's grievances. His first pitch. Best one of the year.
Credit David Argo for getting that video and replaying it for us.
I do have a quick story, Mike.
First pitch, 0-1.
I was in these stands for the worst first pitch in MLB history. I was at that Mets game where 50 Cent threw that pitch into the stands. So, very fun, memorable story here. But Corbin was no near that bad.
Craig fires 0-1. That one too far inside to Nick Parham. And
I'd also like to shout out David Argo for pulling that up on our replay system.
About to say, it's a new replay system. Still figuring it out here, but what a video that was. 1-1, 2 outs, runner over on second. Parham takes the third pitch outside, ball 2. Delgado thought it grabbed the plate a little bit, but called ball. Parham 2-1. Craig fires this one, fouled over into the Turks dugout. Look out. It's going to be a 2-2. As you just said, Matt, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Turks trail the Tom Sox 2-7, looking to keep that score at least the same for now here in the bottom of the third. Craig fires this one. Does not grab the plate. Delgado thought it did. Now we're going to have a full count.
And that's the last thing you want to do in the game of baseball is show up the umpire the way the pitcher and catcher just did here for the Turks. Now Robert Rupi, 3-2 pitch.
And it happens to the best of them. Lopez over on second, pretty sizable lead. Parham. This one down and away, and Craig walks Parham over on first. And now upcoming Cale Strickland, the catcher, who has to take off his equipment. He thought, put it on just in case he has to, run on in there, and now he's gonna have to come to the plate. It's a tough life, those catchers. They gotta run back to the dugout, put on their equipment, run back out for pitcher's warm up.
And they also have to call a game and control a game, Mike. So
that too, in the heat.
In a very hot day today. Like I said, it was 91 degrees first pitch. Not the hottest the other day in the 11-2 win against the Lumberjacks stuff. First pitch was at 92, so.
Craig fires too far inside, 1-0.
For Strickland trying to keep that on-base streak going.
Lopez over on second, Parham over on first. Nobody covering them as Cale Strickland boops this one over the second baseman's head. Here comes Lopez rounding third and headed home. Parham's headed over to third. The throw over to third is not in time. Cale Strickland, RBI single to right field. And the Tom Sox extend their lead to 8-2. Excuse me.
Strickland has now reached safely in his last 6 at-bats. That one with the RBI single, we'll keep it. As that will be also his 5th hit in the last 4 games, so he's kind of on a tear here, Mike.
So Delgado out on home plate right now, just kind of telling the infield what the plan is here with runners in the corners, 2 outs. And against Nick Parham with a full count, it looked like Craig could get out of the inning. Now the Tom Sox added 1 to the board in answer of the Turks 1 in the top of this inning. Craig fires outside to Ethan Gibson. Gibson today 1 of 2. Had that double, got around home, and then also struck out in the first inning looking.
This game means a lot to the Tom Sox, Mike. Losing the first 2 matches against these Turks. Tom Sox here on home turf. We're loaded for bear.
Craig way too outside. That's going to be a 2-0, and as you said, it just seems like even though you've got the best record in all of the VBR right now, there's still one team in the South Division that can hinder your efforts as Craig fires. Doesn't grab the plate, shakes his head. He's trying to grab the outside corner a little bit, but can't get it done. So 3-0, 2 outs, runners in the corners, 2 out to Ethan Gibson. Gibson outside again, and Ethan Gibson gets on base, loads the bases now for Cade Ballou. Double in the first, home run in the second. Let's see what he can do here in the third. As it looks like Delgado's going to come out to the mound, talk to Craig, and see how he wants to do this. We do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Turks. We'll get you all that information once when we get it.
Looks like number 14, Luke Goreforth.
Luke Goreforth warming up right now. He's just kind of having a nice catch with the catcher in the bullpen, so nothing too serious. As it looks like Craig's going to have to find his way out of this.
But if you're the Turks, this is the last guy you want to see with 2 outs, base loaded. Guys are going to be going on pitches if they get the count full. It's Cade Ballou. 2 for 2 today, a double to lead off his night, and then a 3-run home run, which is a mammoth to center field.
His 5th of the season. That's the 3rd mound visit. The umpire just signals for the Turks. So Delgado goes back behind home plate. As you said, Cade Ballou, 4.35 coming into the game, 5 home runs right now on the season after adding 1 in the second. Craig, with 2 outs here, fires the Ballou, and that one too far outside, 1-0.
And for this top of the order, Mike, it's got to feel good to get 3 at-bats in 3 innings.
Tom Sox flying through the lineup. Craig, 1-0. This one chopped down the first base line, but foul and into the Tom Sox bullpen. Man, these Tom Sox runners were racing there. Parham was already halfway between home. Strickland was rounding third, and Gibson was right behind Strickland, rounding second already.
Gibson had the wheels over there at first, as we know. Threat with that speed of his.
Craig, the 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Ballou takes the third pitch down low, 2-1. Kobe Wallace is on deck. He's 0-2 today, strikeout and a ground out. So if we get to him, he'll be looking for his first hit of the night. Craig nods off, now gets his pitch. Lefty fires against the lefty. This one gets in for strike 2. 2-2 count now. Two, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Cade Ballou looking to add it to the scoreboard. Craig looking to get out of the inning. He fires. This one chopped over to Craig. He's going to ground it. Flips it over to home for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Turks get out of the inning and prevent 4 runs from being added to the scoreboard. But the Tom Sox add 1 to make it an 8-2 game. Oh, man. Yet again, here's the opening pitch from Tuesday's game. It's all right. We don't have our best moments here. Matthew Delgado will lead things off for the Turks here in the top of the 4th inning against Trevor Booten, making his way out to the mound yet again. So far today, Booten, he's got 4 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 runs. He fires this one down the dirt, 1-0, and he's got 2 hits on the night so far. So Tom Sox added 1 in the bottom of the 3rd to answer the top of the 3rd. The Turks also got 1. So 8-2 is your ball game here on Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabram, along with you guys here in the 4th. The sun finally setting, as you can see in the right field. Poor Nick Parham has to deal with a little bit of sun, but everybody else is pretty good as this one fires into the back of Delgado. Just misses him, so it'll be 3-0.
Delgado in that last half inning was a little upset with home plate umpire Robert Rupe's calls for his pitcher, but that's what catchers usually do. They got to defend their guys.
Kel Strickland, the catcher for the Tom Sox, gives Booten his pitch, and this one too high. It's a 4-ball walk for Trevor Booten, and Turks get a runner on base early on. No action in either bullpen, it looks like, for the teams, although we do have somebody walking out for the Tom Sox, stretching out, and then the bullpen catcher. So we'll get you that when we officially get it.
Be number 34, Ryan Grayshak, looking to get loose over there in that bullpen. And for Trevor Booten, his highest all year was 4 innings, and that was in that 10-2 victory back on June 15th over the Generals. So we'll see if this is probably his last inning. But Mike, in that 4-3 victory the other night, we had Palmer O'Byrne go 5 1/3 longest this year by a pitcher for us.
Booten fires this one, shows bunt. Nothing going there as Jose Perez back up to the plate. He's got a single in the 2nd. And this is his 2nd plate appearance as Kel Strickland's going to walk out to meet Trevor Booten on the mound and talk things over. He's had 5 balls so far, 6 balls in this inning. No strikeouts, so he's just telling his pitcher, settle in and focus on the plate. As Matt, it looks like you just got a delivery there.
Yeah, shout out to another media member of ours, Gigi Jones, bringing me my cheeseburger, Mike. Now you got to air out my grievances here on the broadcast. Yes, I love to eat.
Well, if you have not checked out our ballpark concession stand, 10 out of 10.
Oh, the
Love
burgers.
the burgers.
The burgers are amazing here. Got to get some of that burger seasoning.
Yep.
Oh, voila.
Well, after Strickland's outing to Booton, he fires the first strike. This one too low and inside. 3-1 now. As Grayshack still warming up. Nothing, again, too serious. They're both standing up, just kind of having to catch over there. It's going to be a little bit. Booton. Fifth pitch outside. It's going to be the second walk of the inning. Now the Turks looking to make some noise here in the top of the fourth inning as they head back to the top of their lineup with Spencer Butt. He's stricken out twice. First in the first inning, second in the second inning. Now here in the fourth. Oh, no, excuse me. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Turks. Looks like it's going to be Mike Rinaldi coming up for the Turks, number 26, Seminole State College, rising senior. He's a Pennsylvania native. So Spencer Butt is done after an 0-2 day as first pitch down low in the dirt. Mike Rinaldi. It looks like Strickland's going to come back out, and it's going to another coach for the Tom Sox, Dolphinmeyer, walking out as well to talk to Booton. Again, buying some time for Grayshack in the bullpen to warm up. So second mound visit of the inning. And just real quick on Rinaldi's numbers. He's had 31 at-bats in 10 games, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 double, 1 triple. So he's been around the base pads, and 7 RBIs so far this season.
Hitting 161 on the summer.
Also going around, seeing some South Division games right now. The Turks obviously are trailing the Tom Sox 8-2 here from Charlottesville High School. Then Lumberjacks and Cavaliers are tied 2-2 in the top of the fourth. And the Braves lead the Generals 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth. So everybody's in the fourth inning.
As I'll check on the north for us, Mike.
As Booton mound visit is done, so 1-0 count. Runners on second and first. Strickland framing. Booton fires outside. 4-2.
So far, Mike, in the North Division, Strasburg and Woodstock are in a doubleheader. The first game was won by Strasburg 14-4. Winchester beat Percival 10-3. And then another game right now that's still going on. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth. It's between Newmarket and Front Royal. And the last game is in that second game of the doubleheader between Woodstock and Strasburg. It's 2-0 Woodstock.
Third pitch down the dirt. Ball 3 is Booton. Fires again. And it's going to be another walk. 3 straight walks for Trevor Booton here in the top of the fourth as Ryan Grayshack warms up, and looks like Randy Tomlin's officially going to come out here, call time, signals to the dugout, and we're going to get a pitching change. With the bases loaded, the Turks trail 8-2, but looking to close that gap here on Tom Sox TV. Trevor Booten's day is done as Ryan Grayshak comes into the game. Booten went 3 innings. He allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, and he had a pair of walks and then also 4 strikeouts on the evening as Grayshak fires his first pitch in for strike 1 with the bases loaded. But obviously that line is not closed yet as Booten is responsible for the bases loaded for the Turks. Grayshak, a righty. The 0-1 count, fires outside. Grayshak so far this season, he's had 4 games, and he's appeared in 5 1/3 innings. He's allowed 1 hit. He's got 1 save, 1 walk. He's got 9 strikeouts so far. Looking for another one here. 1-1. This one popped up in the infield. Ethan Gibson calls everybody off of it and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. So the Tom Sox able to grab one here with runners everywhere. As now Christopher Katz comes up to the plate. So far today he's 0-2, strikeout and a flyout to center field.
And for Grayshak, 1 of 5 Tom Sox, 1 of 3 pitchers to be named to the VBL South Prospects game. That will be next Monday and Tuesday. So shout out to Ryan Grayshak. We talked about him today on our podcast.
And you're going to it, and I'm going to it.
And we got Dylan Price going to it.
And he's in the press box.
And Ben Rikosh, who's on the other side of the press box.
A bunch of us are going to it. So 1 out here. Grayshak fires this one too low. Kale Strickland looking over at third base, just making sure that runners stay put. Katz, Wake Forest. He's batting a 3.45 coming into the game today. Be righty v righty. Check swing. Did he go? He did. 1-2 now. 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th, Tom Sox looking to keep an 8-2 lead. It's going to be pretty tough with runners everywhere. Grayshak fires this one. Dribble to Johnny Lopez. This could be dangerous. Third goes 1. Ryan Wynn fires over the first. Not in time. This is going to be a fielder's choice. And the Turks able to score 1. Matthew Delgado crossing home plate. And Perez over on third. So, look at the replay real quick. Nice grounded by Lopez. And Wynn just couldn't get it in time. There was a very close play there over on first. So now Tom Sox got 2 outs. Upcoming now Luke Hatcher.
Hatcher 1 for 1 on the day with an error in his first at bat. Did get on base, so on base twice.
Kel Strickland keeps the first pitch in front of him, 1-0.
And with that run scoring, will be charged to Trevor Booten's day, but that line's still not closed. Runner over on third. That's his last one that could be charged to him. We got 2 outs here. See how Grayshak can work around this.
Runners in the corners. Kel Strickland has to dive out for that one again, so it would be 2-0.
What a
with
play
2
there.
outs.
Big play there by the catcher, number 18, laying his body on the line to make sure that ball stays in front of him.
Katz on first. Perez over on third. Grayshak on the mound. Fires the 2-0. Swing and a miss from Hatcher. So Grayshak trying to battle back here in the count with 2 outs. Leading by 5. Both runners taking minor leagues. As Grayshak. That one down in the dirt too low. Hatcher thought about it, but didn't go. So 3-1, 2 outs. Turks looking to stay alive here in the 4th. Can Grayshak get the Tom Sox out of a jam? Fires. This one almost hits his jersey, so he's going to walk him and load the bases yet again for Ethan Murdoch to come to the plate. Already an RBI single in the 1st, then a fly out to right field in the 3rd. Looking to do more damage here for the away team.
Murdoch's sacrifice fly moved Anthony Pascal over to third, who ended up trotting on in the score. That 2nd run of the game. Right now in this 8-3 game, Mike, Turks are still making noise.
3 runners on, and that one down low. So it'll be 1-0.
Work out.
Strickland trying to get his pitcher through this inning. As Grayshak takes a breath. Focuses on home plate. Fires. Outside. Try to get in the chase. Did not bite on it, so it'll be 2-0 now.
Here. Strickland trying to calm him down on the mound.
Runners get off their bases. Grayshak fires to 2-0. Too high. 3-0 now. Now the Tom Sox in danger. Walking a batter and putting another run on for the Turks here in the 4th. See what Grayshak can do against Murdoch. Righty v righty. Here's the pitch. 3-0. That one right down the middle. Strike one.
Big strike there by Grayshak. Trying to get that tempo back. Being behind 3-1.
The rising junior trying to battle back here. 3-1, 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Runners on every base. Grayshak fires outside. He's going to walk a run home to make this now an 8-4 ball game. Bring up Jack Canizero, who struck out in the 1st. RBI single in the 3rd. Got a chance here to close this gap. Looks like we got a little bit of action going on in the Turks bullpen. Nothing going for the Tom Sox. It'll be Grayshak's game here in the 4th. First pitch, low and away, 1-0. The 1-0 count. Grayshak fires again. Strickland, nice grab there. Looked like he was going to fire over to first base, but Wallace wasn't covering. So it'll be 2-0 now, 2 outs. Pretty good crowd here at Charlottesville High School, but for now they're pretty quiet with runners on. They're trying to let their pitcher work and get out of the inning. 2-0, 2 outs. The 3rd pitch. Yet again, left these batter's box. He's trying to get in the chase. A little too much. Now, Turks can add another to the scoreboard. It would be their 3rd of the inning. As it looks like Randy Tomlin signaling to the bullpen. It looks like we're going to get action also for the Tom Sox. So both teams warming up their pitchers. 3-0, 2 outs. Grayshak gets one to go, so there's one. See what he does in the 5th pitch of the at-bat.
And with that runner on 3rd, Grayshak's 0 ERA is in jeopardy here in his 5th appearance.
Trying to stay alive here in the count. 3-1, 2 outs. Fires that one away in the dirt again. Strickland had to get in front of it, and the bases continue to turn for Harrisonburg as they add the 3rd run of the inning, 5th of the day. Now the Tom Sox lead is cut down to 3.
That's the 6th walk of the inning allowed by Tom Sox pitching.
The Turks are. Cameron Harris comes up to the plate, and then on deck, Matthew Delgado, who led off the inning. So the Turks trying to get through their entire lineup here. They were 1 batter away, but the Tom Sox are 1 out away from getting out of it. Grayshak against a lefty now. Too low, 1-0.
We got Aiden Alexander warming up, number 10 for your Tom Sox. And for the Turks, it's looking like number 19. That is
Grayshak, right down the middle, strike one. So it'll be a 1-1 count, 2 outs here. As Matt uses the binoculars we have here in the press box to.
That's Jack Harris warming up for the Turks, number 19, the lefty. So we got 2 lefties warming up for both squads.
Right on the mound for the Tom Sox, drops the pitch too high. We had 2-1 count. Harris against Grayshak. Grayshak fires again too high. He's in another 3-1 count here, 2 outs. The catcher Matthew Delgado has got some of his gear on deck, but he's waiting for this at bat here. 3-1, 2 outs. Can Tom Sox get out of this one? Harris dribbles this one over to Gibson. He comes up on it, fires over to first, and the Tom Sox get out of the inning, but the Turks add 3 to the scoreboard to cut the lead down to 3. We'll see what the Tom Sox can do here in the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Tom Sox TV. We'll catch you after the break. Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning after the Harrisonburg Turks add 3 in the top of the frame. And now coming up, Kobe Wallace, 0 of 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out as Craig makes his way back out onto the mound. Thank you guys for tuning in to Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabram here with you guys as Tom Sox lead by 3, and this one in for strike 1. And whenever these two teams face, Matt, you just never know the winner of it is. Third pitch gets away from Craig and into the fencing, so it'll be 2-1 to Wallace, who ECU guy came in against Stanton a week ago. Ever since has been batting at .320, 8 hits. He's played a significant part in a couple of games here for the Tom Sox. His 4th pitch outside, 3-1 now. As Jackson Hall warms up for the Turks in the bullpen in left field. So Craig, possibly his time may come soon as he walks Kobe Wallace to start off the 4th inning, bringing up Robbie Levy to the plate.
And just like that, Tom Sox get a base runner on via base on balls.
Levy today, 0 of 2, struck out, flew out to right. George Washington University lefty again in this Tom Sox lineup that seems to go righty, lefty, all the way down. Craig checks over the first. Now he fires to Levy too high. Levy missed some time. He got hit in the forearm on his right hand. Right forearm. And missed a couple of games. Made his appearance last night against the Generals. Craig fires. This one swing and a miss from Levy. And ever since he's been going through 3 at-bats, now his 4th. He has not gone back to catching. That's been mostly Kel Strickland behind home plate for the Tom Sox for the past 4 or 5 games now, it seems like. Craig fires outside, 2-1. Kobe Wallace over there on first base, taking a couple hops. He's flashed his speed around the plate a couple of times. The Tom Sox coach is being very aggressive across the diamond. Wouldn't be shocked to see him go here. Levy ropes this one down the third base line. It's going to get through. Kobe Wallace goes through the second, now into third. The tag is not in time, and Levy stands up at second for a double. Tom Sox have 2 runners on now, both in scoring position, as Ryan Wynn comes to the plate with no outs.
And for Levy, his first hit since being back in the lineup and his 4th at-bat.
win tonight, strikeout and a ground out in the second and then the third inning. The Wolford guys, looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. Turks coach has not signaled yet. Could be playing the waiting game here, buying enough time for him to get warmed up. It's a game of do we see it, as Wynn talks to the home plate umpire. Still not seeing anything.
Buy some time. For
Possibly. They're looking over at the bullpen, so
warming up.
it's definitely coming in. There we go. There's the signal, and now we're going to get pitching change for Harrisonburg here in the bottom of the fourth with the Tom Sox knocking on the door, threatening to add their 9th and 10th runners. We'll see what they do next here on Tom Sox TV. Welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabram here as Ryan Wynn comes up to the plate. But first, we've got a little bit of a story to tell, Matt.
And I'm going to hand my headset over to Dylan Price, another member of this media broadcast, to talk about sandwiches.
So when we went over to Waynesboro Generals the other day, before the game, Dylan had to make a quick little road trip.
Well, first off, Matt has a tiny, tiny head. Second,
Oh, man. Ball, strike one.
Had to take a trip because I could not listen to our own Ben, George, and Emmy anymore talk about these deli-up sandwiches that are apparently phenomenal, and I'm a little jealous. And I believe our David Argo has a picture in just a moment.
That one's 0-1, and there you go. There's the picture. George is on the left, Ben's on the right. They got their sandwiches. They could not stop talking about it even after they ate it, and all of us had to suffer through it, but we got through the day as Wynn takes the 1-1, fouls it off. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Just as I played DoorDash, I went and picked it up. By the way, this place looks fantastic. Nicest deli I've ever seen. They even have a bar in it. This is like a bar restaurant, but it's known for their deli, their sandwiches. I had a chip. The chip was actually awesome. But these guys, I thought that they would stop talking, as did you, Mike, after I picked their sandwiches up. But it has now become a whole day affair of them talking about these sandwiches.
Wynn swinging a miss, and now Jackson Hall, who just came into the game for Craig, gets his first strikeout of the evening.
And I actually asked you if you wanted to co-pilot with me to take the trip because I said we're doing this because they won't stop talking about these sandwiches.
Yep.
And you said no, that I should have just tuned them out. But then it became, all of our problem then when they actually got the sandwiches because they still are talking about the sandwiches.
See, I knew ahead of time. You could have just DoorDashed it as Johnny Lopez comes to the plate. Could have just DoorDashed it as he fouls that one back. But, yeah, on grievance night, I mean, there it is yet again.
My grievance is that sandwich picture.
We have been told that they were really good. So at least that is George is down behind home plate taking a video right now for us. And Ben helping our PA guy over there as Lopez takes this one outside, 1-1 now. Well, thanks, Dylan, for the story. Appreciate it. And that was a long day for you and me yesterday.
Always a pleasure. Long day yesterday. Now back to Tiny Head Matt Cabram.
All right, that was Dylan Price, one of the Tom Sox media interns, along with me and Matt. Great time. Now 1-1, 1 out. Lopez down low in the dirt, 2-1. And what do you think of that, Matt?
Oh, we like to have fun in here, and that was a great story. I missed out yesterday, did not make the Waynesboro trip, but I know it made everyone happy, made Ben happy, so glad to air those grievances out about this sandwich.
2-1, runners on second and third. Jackson Hall, who just came into the game for the Turks, fires this one to Lopez, and a swing and a miss. Looks like it fouled back, so be 2-2 count now, 1 out. Jackson Hall from James Madison U, rising junior. He's a Virginia native. So far this season, he's got a 10-12 ERA. Is 2-2 count, 1 out. He's got 5 appearances and 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, 10 walks, 9 hits. This one, check swing, did he go? He did not. He's safe. So it's gonna be a walk there, or no, three balls as Johnny Lopez forgot the count. He's gonna have to pick his bat back up and walk back to home plate. That's happened a couple times.
And hopefully apologize to home plate umpires. They both share a smile.
As the home plate umpire now puts up the 3-2 count. So 3-2, 1 out. Hall looking to get his second straight out here after retiring Ryan Wynn. He fires this one, drops in, strike 3. What a pitch there from Jackson Hall to get the second straight out, second straight strikeout. That brings now David Wiley up to the plate and holds both runners on third and second. My goodness, what a pitch.
Now the Turks not away from getting out of this jam, trying to limit the damage to none this inning.
Tom Sox left 3 runners on base in the bottom of the third. Now here in the bottom of the fourth, Hall is trying to leave Levy over there on second and Wallace on third. This one hit well into the third baseman. He fires over to first. Is it in time? It is. Harrisonburg, Turks, and Jackson Hall get 3 straight strikeouts with runners on second and third to end the inning. So the Tom Sox are held to nothing, but they do lead by 3 headed into the 5th. When we come back, Matt Caprom will take over play-by-play duties here on Tom Sox TV. Back for the 5th inning, and I'm going to throw things over to Matt Cabram for play-by-play duties. Matt, have it away.
Thank you, Mike. Ryan Grayjack still on the mound after a tough 4th inning for the Tom Sox pitching staff. We have Aiden Alexander still throwing in the bullpen, the lefty, and his first pitch in for a strike. That's to Delgado, the catcher, number 35.
And Aiden Alexander warming up, as you said, 6 foot, 195, rising sophomore.
As the next pitch is in there for a strike. Well, swung and a miss, strike 2.
He's had 4 appearances so far, 7 in the 3rd inning, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So Aiden Alexander.
The 0-2 fouled off the face mask of Cale Strickland, but seems to be okay. Give a head nod to the home plate umpire, Robert Rupi.
21st foul ball there.
21, wow, look at you.
Yeah.
You said
Trying to keep track, although Asher's looking at me like I might have messed up. Uh-oh.
That was your mission.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
The 0-2. Swung on him as strike 3. Strickland will throw it down to Wallace at first, and Grayshack's first batter he'll see in the 5th goes down for a K.
Great way to start off the inning, especially after last inning. As you saw, this one just got out in front there, and the first out now headed to the bottom of the line with Perez, who singled in the second and then also walked in the 4th. He was one of those 3 that got on the board.
It's 6 total walks. Now the first pitch, the righty deals to Perez. Up and out for ball 1. And just when you thought this Tom Sox game was blown open in that second inning, Turks fought on back. 8-5 game here. Willie T. Barnett Field at Charlottesville High School. The next pitch is in for a strike on the outside corner.
I mean, even when the Tom Sox went over to, what was it, JMU for the game against Harrisonburg and they blew them out 10-1, I mean, even that game was like, it was just close. Like, these two are very competitive with each other, and it doesn't matter what the records are.
Pitch is in there on the inside corner now. So Ryan Grayshack painting corners for the first 2 strikes. We have a 1-2 count to Perez.
It just doesn't matter what the records are. These two teams play to the end.
Now the 1-2. Outside, but a little outside, and Strickland can't hold on. 2-2 count coming to Perez. On deck is the leadoff hitter Rinaldi, who took over for Spencer Butt. And the 2-2. Got him looking! Back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Grayshack to start the 5th.
My goodness. I mean, just look at this pitch. Comes in, drops down, and boom. Got him looking. Perez didn't even think about swinging at that one. As you said, 2 straight strikeouts. Grayshack finally finding his groove after coming into the inning in the 4th.
And the first pitch to Rinaldi, he deals. Just a bit inside. Tried to do it again, but did not get that call. Tried to paint that inside corner. The 1-0. Inside again. 2-0.
Mike Rinaldi, 6'4". He looks a lot taller than that.
We had Covington here the other day, Mike. I mean, most of those guys in that lineup looked very tall, 6'3", 6'4". We had a few 6'5" guys. But now Grayshack will try to bounce back from the 2-0 count and the pitch. Outside, 3-0. So Grayshack trying to avoid what happened in the 4th, where there was a few of those 3-0 counts leading to walks. 6 total in that 4th. As we said, in that 3-run affair for the Turks. 3-0 pitch. That's up and in, ball 4. So another walk to Grayshack.
Batting for Harrisonburg, center fielder number 20.
Now it's going to bring up Anthony Pascal again, who scored twice in this one. Hit by pitch in that first at-bat. Ended up scoring on the Hatcher E5 to Lopez. Then get on with an E6 off Gibson's glove. Ended up coming around on another Hatcher hit, so Turks trying to make noise again here. First pitch curveball. Called for a strike.
Rinaldi is tied 2nd in height on the team, and for the Tom Sox, I think we got a guy going 6'6", right?
I believe so.
I think it's one of the
That's gonna be a
bullpen.
fly ball in near to left. Wiley backpedaling. Makes the grab, and that's going to do it here. 2 strikeouts for Grayshack. Gets another induced fly ball. Still 8-5. Your Tom Sox leader here. We're going to take a quick break here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be back. And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. If you're just joining us, Matt Cabral, Mike Bolger here. Had a little bit of Dylan Price earlier to tell about a sandwich story from our good old Ben Rikosh not too long ago, but 8-5 your Tom Sox lead. Up now, Nick Parham to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch swinging for a strike.
Parham has walked twice today. Scored in the second and then was left stranded on first on the third. It's already a pretty good day for him.
Swing and a miss again. Jackson Hole getting the ECU player to bite twice in a row.
How about Jackson Hall coming into the game, 2 straight strikeouts in the fourth and then a ground out to end it with 2 runners on. He allowed nothing to get across.
That'll be a blooper, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So Nick Parham with his first hit of the game. Second hit of the summer, technically. Just like that, Tom Sox get the first guy on for Cale Strickland.
Batting for your Tom Sox, the catcher.
And what better way? Cale Strickland is having himself a season. 306 coming into the day. He's got an RBI single already and a walk that he scored on. And again, he's been to the bottom of the lineup, but he's been one of those most reliable hitters in this Tom Sox lineup. So doesn't matter where you put him, he's going to perform pretty well.
He's been on base safely in his last 6 at-bats. Ball got away, but almost had. Parham hung up, but got back to the base safely.
Yeah, it looks like Parham just kind of second-guessed himself over there on first and then didn't go, so playing it safe.
Hole gets his sign from Delgado. And the pitch. Inside, ball 2.
Gonna move out away from that one, and then Ethan Gibson on deck, followed by Cade Ballou. So you got a very dangerous lineup coming up here, no outs. If you're Jackson Hall, you're just trying to find a way to keep the play at the plate.
Outside. 3-0. And for Strickland, didn't play in that 4-3 win at Culpeper, so technically been on base. The next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So 5 straight games for Strickland getting on base there. Now 3-1. He's going to pop one right up. Who's going to call it for the Turks? It's going to be their shortstop who falls back. It's Perez. Falls on his back, but gets the batter retired for the first out of the inning.
I think somebody also shouted from the stands, "I got it." And then Perez fell on back, making a quick athletic play. But that's good for Hall right now. Again, just keeping that runner over on first. But here comes the dangerous part of the lineup. You got to find a way. As Dylan Price said in our podcast earlier this morning, he's the toughest out in all of the VBL. You got to find a way.
So that one's up and in on him for ball 1.
You just can't put him on base.
Someone who scored in this game today, Ethan Gibson. Next pitch swung on a miss, strike 1. One's on the board now for Hole. 1-1, 1 out, 1 on.
Gibson loved that lone away a little bit too much, and that would have been his second home run if he got a good enough contact on it.
And here's the pitch. Fouled one off. First
Oh, it's
baseman
no play.
running for it.
Look out.
And he'll make the play. What a catch that is by Hatcher over there. Over the back, over the shoulder catch. Parham played a little bit of game of cat and mouse, trying to fake a throw over to second. Just like that, 2 outs. It'll be Cade Ballou back up. 2 for 3 today with a double and a home run.
That's kind of funny. Down on the first base line, you guys can't see it on the stream, but in the bullpen for the Tom Sox, their bullpen catcher didn't realize the ball was coming right there. I mean, he almost landed on him, and nice job by Hatcher calling him off.
Hole gets 2 pop outs.
Whew. Nice swing. And then by Hatcher, too. The wide receiver catch over the back. Another fly out, and as we were talking about, this is a dangerous part of the lineup. Obviously, why it's the top of it. So to get another fly out there and now have Cade Ballou coming up. His last appearance, he fielder's choice, so.
And the 0-1. And that's in for a strike. 1-1 now here to Ballou. Parham over there on first. On deck, Colby Wallace. Outside, 2-1 now.
Trying to get the lefty to chase a little bit. He already knows he went yard over that center field wall, so he's trying to see if he can't get ahead in the count through Cade Ballou working himself, but
There's a very disciplined batter here in this Tom Sox lineup. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Strike 3. So that's at the end of the inning here. So a big strikeout there by Hull. Still 8-5 here. We're going to take a break here on Tom Sox TV. Go back after the messages. And we're back here on Tom Sox TV. 8-5 lead if you're just joining us. Macabron, Mike Bolger. Mike, we have a pitching change. It's number 10, Aiden Alexander.
Aiden Alexander coming in 6 foot, 195, rising sophomore from George Washington so far this season. 4 games, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits. He's got a 1.22 average or ERA.
And the first pitch from the lefty is in there for a strike on the outside corner.
And for Ryan Grayshak, his day is done. 2 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run that was earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts.
And the windup. And he throws. That's going to be through the hole for a base hit for Chris Katz. Be his second time on base tonight. First hit of the night, technically. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Back in the 4th.
It was a nice diving attempt from Gibson over there on short, but just couldn't get enough good of a jump off the bat from it. So Turks down by 3. You just got to run her on. You got to keep it going. They found a way every inning, so you got to keep it going.
And the first pitch from Alexander to Hatchers, up and out, ball 1.
Hatcher's been on base all 3 times. He did reach through an error in the first, and then a single, and then a walk. Has not scored yet.
Next pitch is swung on and missed for the first strike of the at-bat.
It's a really good pitch by Aiden Alexander, bouncing back from the ball he just threw, so 1-1.
Alexander looks at the runner over at first and Katz. And he deals. Fouled off and away. Coming to our broadcast booth, but we had a fence there, Mike. So, fortunately, I know you brought your glove to the ballpark today, but you're not making...
My hands are my gloves. I make any grab, any day. I'm ready. We also have a window here, too.
That is true. Well, not one of those shattered glass. Ground ball to third. What a play by Lopez over the second for 1. On the first. 5-4-3. What a double play there for the Tom Sox. And a quick 2 outs for Aiden Alexander.
Yeah, Hatcher just didn't get enough of a good jump off the bat from it, so he was a little behind, and As you said, what a job by Lopez, cleaning it, staying calm, firing to second, and then Wynn getting a throw over to Wallace over on first. So great play, and Alexander can now calm down and kind of just focus on the batter at home.
And the first pitch to Murdoch, grounded to Gibson, over to first, and there it is. A quick little 1-2-3 after giving up the hit, and the Tom Sox are going to get back to the bats. One hit. Fox TV. Welcome back to Willie T. Barnett Field at Charlottesville High School here for the Tom Sox 8-5 lead. If you're just joining us here on Tom Sox TV, Mike Bulger, Macabrom here in this bottom of the sixth. Colby Wallace will be leading off for the Tom Sox. 0 for 2 today with a walk. And that first pitch is outside for ball one. Jackson Hole still on the mound for the Turks, trying to keep this game tight as much as possible for his offense to do some work, and that one's in there for a strike, 1-1. And Mike, ever since Holt's come on, he's looked very sharp for the Turks.
Oh, absolutely. As you said, he's gotten a couple of strikeouts in there, especially in that fourth inning with 2 runners on. I mean, impressive outing.
Ground ball is going to be foul, just almost hit the third base bag, but slips foul and be a 1-2 count to Wallace.
That would have been as narrow as a hit as you could have gotten down that third base line. For Wallace, he's got a pair of wheels on him, so he definitely would have gotten second.
Here comes the next pitch. Is inside it, hit him.
Oof.
Colby Wallace gets drilled on the wrist. Didn't seem happy on that one, and he'll just walk the first without even moving the bat over. Now it'll be Robbie Levy coming up. Levy 1 for 3 tonight. That double back in the fourth. Struck out in his first at bat of the night. Flew out the right.
Yeah, both these guys were stranded in that fourth inning. Wallace over on third, Robbie Levy over on second base. So it looks like Cam Nelson, number 30, is warming up in the bullpen for the Turks, but we've had a couple jersey swaps tonight, so we'll let you know when we officially know that.
First pitch to Levy's on that outside corner for a ball.
You know, sometimes, Matt, you just forget your laundry. Got to swap some jerseys. It happens.
That's the art of baseball sometimes. You got to do too much laundry with the dirt that you can get on those pants. And the runner goes to throw by Delgado. And there's a good peg, but he's safe.
Oh.
What a stolen base by Colby Wallace. Had a good jump. It was a good reaction time by Delgado with the snap throw, but unable to get the runner. And just like that, Levy with a runner on second with no outs with a 2-0 count.
I mean, Delgado, it was a pretty good throw, but it was off to the right. Then how about Perez reaching back behind him to try to get the tag? And, man, that's as close as you can get it, even when you don't expect it.
And the 2-0 pitch, and Levy's going to ground one over. He's going to move the runner over. Second baseman bobbles it, throw over to first for the first out. That was Harris who stuck with it. And be 1 out for Hole. But now you got Colby Wallace on third, and Ryan Wynn coming back up. 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a ground out, trying to continue that hitting streak to 8 games. It's currently at 7. And it looks like there's going to be a pitching change here, so we're going to take a quick break here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be back with the pitching information in a second. And we are back here on Tom Sox TV. Your Tom Sox lead at 8-5. We just had a pitching change for the Turks. It will be the lefty number 30, Cam Nelson, out of Wake Forest University. Mike, what do we have on Mr. Nelson?
5'11", 180. He has come out on 3 appearances. He's faced 9 batters, and he's retired them all.
Also an outfielder for the Turks, hitting .278 on the year. But today getting called to do some pitching work. Gets that first pitch called for a strike on Wynn.
Including 4 strikeouts.
Does have 4 strikeouts on the summer, 2 2/3 as Mike just mentioned. Next pitch is outside on the fastball. It'll be 1-1 to Ryan Wynn.
Wallace over on the third. He's got somewhat of a lead because Canizaro's not really guarding the plate too much, but he is in. He's on the grass, infield grass, so he might be expecting a bunt here with 1 out. The entire infield is actually in.
Next pitch to Wynn is on the inside. It'll be 2-1. Wynn trying to keep that streak alive here. Here in the 6th inning, Thompson can get another go around quickly. Wynn would probably have 1 more at bat on the night to try to keep that hitting streak alive. Comes the 2-1. Lefty deals. Wynn. He's going to foul one over to the bullpen for the Tom Sox side. And it'll be 2-2 to number 2.
Yeah, Wallace thought he got it down in time, but that one just sliced too far right and into the Tom Sox bullpen.
Here comes the 2-2. And delivers. Inside, and it'll go full.
Yeah, tough spot right now. Your first batter at a 3-2 count. See what he can do. You got to grab a win and grab some momentum heading into the next one.
Nelson gets the sign. Here it comes. The lefty deals. Wynn's going to bloop one over to right field. That's a base hit. In the score is going to be Wallace. Ryan Wynn with an 8-game hitting streak. And a big run here for the Tom Sox in the bottom of the 6th.
Heads up base running from Wallace serve on third. He waited till it officially came down. He knew he didn't have to tag, and he ran on home. But another one for the Tom Sox. A little bit of an insurance run there. But another one for the Tom Sox. A little bit of an insurance run there. Up 4 now.
And what a hitting streak for Wynn it's been. I almost called you Ryan, Mike.
Wow.
But for Ryan Wynn, he's got a pair of 3-hit games in there. Home run, and now 8 straight games with a hit for the Tom Sox.
He's been a big addition ever since he's came onto this team, and we talk about the depth of the team like a lot around here. Of just when guys leave and then come on back. I mean, it's just incredible the rotation that they've got going on. So nice job by this Tom Sox management staff to put a team like this together. And again, a big reason why they're 12-4 in the top of the South Division and top of the VBL.
And now there's another threat in the lineup. Johnny Lopez, the 1-1 count, win over on first. The pitch from Nelson's on the outside corner. And we'll go 1-2 for number 9.
Well, Lopez so far tonight, he's hit by a pitch twice, scored twice, and he struck out in that 4th inning. So it seems like when he gets hit by a pitch, can cross home plate.
Nelson looking for a big out here. The 1-2. Runner's going to go. Strike him out. To throw over the second. Be not in time. A stolen base for Ryan Wynn. Tried to do the strike him out, throw him out. But they couldn't get that done.
It would have been an impressive 1-2 to end the inning, but now they got to deal with David Wiley, who doubled and scored in the second, and then he's gone 0-2 since, strike out and then a ground out in the 3rd and 4th. But
Mr. Tomstock, David Wiley coming up to Barbie Girl. His walk-up song.
you can thank David Argo for that one.
For Ryan Wynn, that's his first stolen base of the summer. Wiley's first pitch fouled off. Katz trying to track this one down, but that's going to go too far out of his reach for the first strike of the at-bat.
Tom Sock's bullpen was all, like guarding themselves, shielding themselves from the foul ball. It is an open bullpen. They're not closed off, so
Mike,
got to be heads up over there.
I asked you this question for the first few broadcasts. What would be your walk-up song? Because, we just had Barbie Girl for Mr. Tom Sock here.
Oh, man, I told you guys what my I forget it. I told you guys what it was, but I forget now. And this one passed
That one's going to be to the backstop, so Wynn will now be on second. So all Wiley's going to have to try to do here, just try to find a hole here to try to get the 10th run in for the Tom Sox.
I think Wiley also thought it might have hit him. He was talking to the home plate umpire. I think it definitely didn't hit his bat. We'd have heard something. But
Yeah. But if that did hit Wiley, though, that would send Wynn back to second base because it'd be a dead ball.
Yep.
But now with the 1-1.
So I guess he'll take it.
And Nelson delivers. Upstairs, ball 2.
But I'm so mad. I told you guys, it was a couple weeks ago about it. I think it was actually right after the broadcast. I looked it up. Now I can't remember it.
Well, if you find it, Mike.
My favorite player of all time is Chase Utley, so whatever he had.
Chase Utley, that's your guy.
With the Phillies.
Chase Utley. As I say, he was
the Phillies.
He was a Mets killer, but when he got to the Dodgers, not really my cup of tea. What he did to Ruben Tejada's leg in the playoffs.
That's why I say I don't know what you're talking about. He's the Phillies.
It'd be 3-1 now.
He began with the Phillies and he ended
David
with the
Wiley,
Phillies.
yeah. He's retired as a Philly too, so 3-1 to Wiley. Nelson trying to find that strike zone. Here it comes. On the inside corner for strike 2. Wiley did not agree. Shows up Robert Rupi. Now 3-2, 2 outs. See if Nelson can get out of the jam, just limiting it to 1. 3-2. And that's going to hit Wiley on the helmet. And he goes down immediately.
Yes, here comes Scott Strickland racing out there and Randy Tomlin down there.
The medical staff's running over too as Wiley's yet to get up.
Man, you got to feel for Cam Nelson too. He's kneeling at that mound. Just a pitch that got away from him.
Just going to take some time here. We're going to take a quick break here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be back with the update. Tom Sox TV. We are back after that scary moment. David Wiley did get hit in the head by a pitch. Cam Nelson, the pitcher, definitely felt awful, was kneeling. We'd also like to shout out our athletic trainers, Jeff Boyer, Melanie Collier, and Claire White for their great services tonight to make sure Mr. Wiley is going to be okay. We have not been told who the pinch runner is going to be yet for Wiley. But once again, just shout out to our great athletic staff to get on the scene very quick. And Mike, just a very scary situation here at CHS.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just seemed like the pitch from Nelson, it just got away from him too much than he thought. And you could see he's right now on the mound pacing, and he just feels horrible right now. It's going to be tough to lock back in, especially in this game. And Wiley, luckily, he got up, took his time. The training staff, as you said, Matt, was doing a great job now. They're going to take him over to the batting cage area and just keep looking at him, making sure he's okay. So we hope the best for him. Now it looks like we officially get our pinch runner there over on first base. Looks like it's number 36.
Mijos.
Yep. One of the new guys for the Tom Sox coming in. 5'9", 165 from Coastal Carolina. He's a rising junior in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Matt, pretty close to Penn State.
Very close to Penn State. We are.
He's got 2 hits. He's got 1 stolen base, 2 on the season. So as the stadium and players try to lock back in here in the game.
And just wishing our best to David Wiley, and hopefully it's nothing too serious, and we'll see him on the field as quick as possible. And once again, one last shout out to our amazing athletic staff, just being so quick on the scene. Scott Strickland, our assistant coach, first one there. And now we get to get back to it. It's going to be Nick Parham now with a runner on first and a runner on third here on the corners. Win on third.
And Mijos over on first. He's got a pretty good lead over there. Not a problem. You're just trying to add a couple more here for the Tom Sox as much as you can. Again, this is a very competitive matchup. These two teams know each other very well, so any run, anything can help with 2 outs.
And runner's going to go, Mijos. They're not even going to go, so Mijos should be his first stolen base of the summer with the Tom Sox. Second, actually, is Mike. Well, give me that check. In his 3rd game with the team, 2nd stolen base.
And Mijos took off from first.
And the next pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Great frame by Delgado. It was a little outside, I thought, but he was able to pull it back in and help his pitcher out here.
And the next one is swung on and missed, strike 2. And now we got 2s on the board. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 men on. In a 9-5 game. The 2-2. As we gloved
nice
down
play
by the first baseman. What a play that is by Hatcher, and he'll step on the bag to end the inning. The Tom Sox do get a run here in the bottom of the 6th. That was Ryan Wynn with the base hit, continues his hitting streak, and 9-5 your Tom Sox lead. We'll be back here after the break. And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Your Tom Sox lead at 9-5 here over the Turks. Here in the top of the 7th, Aiden Alexander back on for his second inning of work. After he got that double play ball and then the ground out to get out of that 6th inning. His first batter is Ken Azaro, who's 1 for 2 on the day technically, with a strikeout, a base hit, and then a walk back in the 4th. The 1-0 on the outside corner in there for a strike.
And it's the Tom Sox mascot, Louie, walks around the stadium trying to hype up the crowd here. Pretty good crowd for Friday night ball.
Next one is into the dirt. It'll be 2-1. Alexander trying to stay dominant with that 1.22 ERA. And the 2-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2 with the hack by Ken Azaro.
So we head to the back third here. It's going to be huge for Alexander to get ahead in these counts early on.
And a ground ball. It's going to be Gibson to come up with it. He'll fire to first for the first out. 6-3 on the putout. And a huge first out for Alexander. He's been inducing these ground balls. It's back-to-back batters to ground out to Gibson.
Yeah, that's Ethan Gibson's 4th putout of the night, it looks like. And every single ground out, every single ground out that the Tom Sox have had tonight has been Ethan Gibson. So
We did have a Johnny Lopez fielder's choice that went 5-4 back in the 4th.
And then the double play in the 6th, but individual ones, the first, have been Ethan Gibson.
Oh, yeah, it's the Gibby show no matter where you go. And the 1-0 pitch to Harris, who is 0 for 3 today with a fly out to center. 2 ground balls to Ethan Gibson. So we'll see
there it is.
if Harris can get away from him in this at-bat, the 1-1. Alexander, the lefty, with the windup to the plate. Fouled that off and away, heading to the bleachers.
That foul ball was sponsored by
Yeah, I don't know if you know the iCarly show. We were talking about it. We should get a T-shirt with Gibby on it.
I wonder how he would feel about that if everyone just showed up with a...
He's got to have.
But you know what it is, Mike? The next one's going to be a ground ball. It's going to find the hole with a play there by Wynn, but no, throw over to first with the speedy Harris getting it for the single. But back to the Gibby shirt, Mike. You got to take the Gibby meme, but you got to put Ethan Gibson's face over Gibby. I wonder how he'll feel about that if he showed up.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be funny if it was the Gibby from iCarly.
The Gibby from iCarly.
I could be in the
We can have a group
minority
decision
there.
though.
Yeah.
We could be in the group decision there, but either way, both would be funny for him to just show up and just see a whole bunch of Gibby faces on T-shirts. But now it's going to bring up Delgado, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 today. Fly out a strikeout and did walk and come around.
As if you see in center field right there, flashing lights, that's a fire truck. Looks like
Harrisonburg.
it's turning into the parking lot.
Number 7, David Bell.
It is turning into the parking lot.
We do have
Interesting. Some action in the parking lot. Not in either team's bullpen.
first pitch is outside for ball 1. So we do have a fire truck. If you still see it on our
down the third base line, he's headed right into the back parking lot behind us.
He's trying to come home.
And it looks like David Argo and Louie have to get out of the way.
Poor Louie, whoever's in that suit. The next ball is going to be outside. Gets away from Strickland, but corrals it in time. We have the base runner on first. That is Harris. We have the 2-0 count to Delgado.
It's arriving at the high school. Interesting.
And the pickoff attempt by the lefty is not in time. Harris gets there safely with the 2-0. Alexander gets his sign from Strickland. And here he comes on the outside corner for strike 1. Alexander, the 2-1. Harris got some motion over there at first. He won't go. Outside, 3-1. Harris trying to get Alexander to bite. Throw back over to him. With the lefty discipline, trying to work on the batter here at the plate in this 9-5 ball game here. Three ones hitter count and the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, low and away. So Alexander will now have 2 base runners on, and it's going to be Jose Perez coming back up.
If there's any time to start a rally, it's going to be in the 7th. You got room to work. if you're the Turks and head down to the bottom of the lineup here, then the top with Perez and then Rinaldi coming up on deck. So this is a pretty big inning and pretty big situation right now. If you're Aiden Alexander, you got to trust your infield, possibly turn 2 and end the inning like they did in the 6th.
All of Alexander's outs have been induced groundouts. He's had the double play and the 2 to Gibson, so he has given up 2 hits. His first walk of the night. He just allowed to Delgado. Here comes the first pitch to Perez. Be outside, ball 1. Perez, I believe, is a switch hitter, Mike. I think he was taking cuts with the left side.
I think he is too, Matt. I think you're right about that. You don't see that too often nowadays.
And looks like we have an ambulance coming in here. That's going to be a fly ball near to right. Under it is Parham. Squeezes it. No tag from Harris. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, with 2 outs, or with 1 out there, I kind of thought they would be a little aggressive to get him down on the third base and try to get 1 out of this inning. But he held him up because Parham, I mean, he just got a great jump on it. He sat back on it, fielded it pretty well, and then if he let it fly, would have gotten there. So, and Alexander now just got to get 1 more. You got guys on first and second, but you can play anywhere except for home.
And we got Rinaldi up, who's been walked twice. Hasn't scored yet, though. The furthest he got was second base. He was out on a fielder's choice. And he's going to sky one in the air to center. Baloo's under it. And he'll squeeze it away to end the inning. Alexander gets out of it. Still a 9-5 Tom Sox lead. We'll be back here after the break. Tom Sox TV. And we're back here on Tom Sox TV. 9-5, your Tom Sox lead it. Mike Bolger, Mac Abram here on the broadcast. We're going to have a pitching change for the Turks. It's going to be number 17, the lefty again, Lane Duff out of JMU. Mike, what do we have on Duff's scouting report?
Rising sophomore, 195, 6'3", one of the tallest guys on their roster. He's got a 1-1 record so far this season, 5.53 ERA. He's had 5 games, 13 innings pitched, one of the most on the team. 12 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 14 hits. He relieves Cam Nelson, who went an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout.
And the first guy he's going to face is someone who seems to can't stay off the base. It's going to be Kale Strickland. One for 2 today with a walk, a single. He came in the score, and a pop out to the shortstop back in the 5th.
Yeah, he's got a tough opening 3. Strickland, Gibson, and Ballou. That's
a very
no
scary,
easy task.
That's the big 3 right there. Yeah, that's what Kendrick was singing about, the big 3. But 0-2 now with that strike call. Now we have an 0-2 count. Strickland trying to fight back. And here it comes from Duff. Up and in, ball 1.
It's a good take right there. It was a tough one just because even the catcher's laughing with Strickland. Both catchers right there.
2 catchers right there, and on the umpire, the 3 guys who have the most conversations in the game. Now here comes
Pretty much.
the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2, so Strickland falling behind 0-2, works at the 2-2. And that's what these hitters here for the Tom Sox have been so disciplined all summer, just finding their holes early in the at-bats and battling their way back to try to get on base any way they can.
Looks like that's number 7, David Bell, too, behind home plate for the Turks.
Now from 0-2, it is now 3-2 to Strickland. So what I've just been saying is what Strickland's trying to do. We'll run it full here for Duff's first batter, the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming to Strickland. And here it comes. Be a chopper right back to Duff. He can handle it cleanly. He'll flip it over to Hatcher for the first out.
It's a great win by Duff. I mean, you take him to the full count after being up 0-2, and then you battle back to get a ground out early on, and now you send it to Ethan Gibson, who today, so far, 1 of 3, had that double, scored in the 2nd, then walked in the 3rd, but outside of that, he's stricken out and flown to first base after Hatcher had that nice behind the back grab, or not behind the back, over the shoulder grab.
Yeah.
On the first base line.
And you said it the last time he was up. Our good old Dylan Price said it today on our podcast. One of the hardest outs here in the VBL. Ethan Gibson's first pitch is fouled off to the fence. As our crowd mic just picked that up off the doink.
I was about to say ow, first of all, and then second of all, I'm surprised I didn't bend the metal there a little bit.
And that was a rocket. So the 0-1. Back to Gibson. I think technically in the second, Mike, that does go in the book as a single, and he just advanced to second on the throw.
Off
but
of it, yeah.
if I was the scorekeeper, it's going to be a fly ball in the air to right. Coming in is Murdoch, and he'll make the catch near foul territory for the second out. But that was me in the book, though. I'd give Gibson the double.
I think, too, I don't know, I think he was already rounding first.
It's just so weird because I think anytime it's on the throw, they'll always say it's the advancement.
Yeah. Yeah, we're counting it as that.
Yeah, we'll count it as a double. So
In our books.
Gibson, if you're here and your parents are listening, you got a double in our book.
5
No.
at-bats for Gibson now, and this whole lineup's about to go to the 5th, so.
Cade Blue with a soft ground ball handled easily here by Duff, and he'll get out of it.
Man, what an inning
So
for Duff.
a 1-2-3 here for Duff since coming in. It's still 9-5 Tom Sox. Mike will continue the play-by-play duties and steer the ship for the rest of the time being once we get back here on Tom Sox TV.
back on Tom Sox TV as Tom Sox lead it 9-5 here at the top of the 8th inning. We got a new guy on the mound, Daniel Powell, number 16 for the Sox, as Aiden Alexander's day is done. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, no earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. What do we got on Powell?
Powell, this will be his 6th appearance of the summer, and through those 5 first appearances, he's 1-0 with the record, 0 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 2 saves, 8 strikeouts. He's only allowed 2 hits and 4 walks. So trying to keep that ERA very low. And today, Mike, on our podcast, we gave Daniel Powell his flowers. So hopefully he can keep his hot summer start going.
It would be huge for the Tom Sox if he finished this game out and kept the score the same to get the 13th win of the season, as the first pitch is a strike, second pitch down and away for ball 1. And he'll face Anthony Pascal, who had a good start to the day. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and he got around for the first run, and then in the third, got on base for an E6. He also scored on that. Ever since, he's flown out twice to shortstop and then left field. Swing and a miss there for the 1-2 count now.
He did come around to score twice, so he is still a tough out in this Turks lineup. It's only a 4-run game, Mike. I know it's the 8th inning, but still a chance here for these Turks to make some noise.
As long as there's an out to give, the Harrisonburg Turks seem to find a way. 1-2, swing and a miss. Daniel Powell, as Matt said, he's keeping his streak alive here for the Tom Sox and retires the first out of the inning.
And that's his 9th strikeout of the summer. So Powell, in every appearance this summer he's come in, now is his 6th for him, has recorded at least 1 strikeout.
Christopher Katz now walks up to the plate after that strikeout. He struck out in the first, flew out in the third, field choice in the fourth, and then in the 6th, he hit a single. He's left on first, though. Powell winds up, tried to drop that one in, a little too high, though, 1-0.
Powell came in a lot of clutch situations. Both, actually 3 last times were on the road. The 2 were most important. The Cavaliers, that 4-3 win where they took the lead, and he came in for the win and the save. And then the win against the Lumberjacks, the 6-4 win.
This one rocked in the center field. Under it is Ballou. He's got to come in on it. Misjudged it, but makes the grab. Took 2 steps back. Had a charge in for the second out of the inning now.
Now 2 quick outs for Powell. If he can make quick work of Hatcher, he definitely probably would come in to get the 6-out save, up 4.
We were talking about Ethan Gibson and how he's retired a lot of outs. Well, over there in center field, Cade Ballou has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And, you know, he's had a big day since returning back to the lineup. Double, a home run, and 5 outfield assists. So you got to love that if you're Ballou, getting back to the lineup, getting any taste you can, making your name.
Hatcher swings at that one. 0-1 now. Powell gets the nod from Strickland. Fires the 0-1 inside. Hatcher's had to move out of the way of that one, so it'll be 1-1. And on deck, Ethan Murdoch. So far today, so 1 of 3. Had an RBI single in the first and then walked in the fourth, both stranded over on second. Powell delivers outside. Strickland keeping the ball in front of him, but nobody on.
And this has been the tough part of the lineup to get out, and has given those pitchers early in the 4th and the 5th inning some struggles.
Daniel Powell down the count, 2-1. This one, roped down third base line, but foul. Look out. This fan tried to make the grab there. It looks like he dropped it, but who's counting?
Oh, it was us at first, but I think
I somewhat kept up. It's 28 I have.
well, we'll get checked by Asher in between breaks.
I am most likely wrong. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom, or the top of the 8th. This one fouled back again, so that'll make number 29.
If that fence wasn't there, Dylan Price would have tried to make a play on that. I think he brought his glove to the game today.
Looks like very little's happened since I left.
All right, well, we'll run it back here. 2-2, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Daniel Powell fires this one down low, try to get in the chase. He almost, but Hatcher disciplined at the plate.
3-2. Powell's got to go right back at him here to try to get out of this inning quick.
Full count, no one on base. Daniel Powell is retired too. Does he got another one in him? This one down the third base line yet again. Watch out. It's going to go all the way to the high school. Turks dugout all flinched. So Hatcher will step back up for his 5th plate appearance, first against Daniel Powell. He's got a full count, 2 outs, no one on. Here we go, righty v righty. Powell fires this one again down the third base line, but foul off the fence. Hatcher digging in.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming, Mike.
As was the 31st foul ball of the evening. Trying to keep track. Powell, the full count, fires. Check swing, did he go? Looks like he did. Strickland's going to fire over to first. 2, retire to the side. 1, 2, 3, go down the Turks. Daniel Powell gets 2 strikeouts in the inning as the Tom Sox lead 9-5, headed to the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV. Back here on Tom Sox TV, the Tom Sox still lead it by 4, headed to the bottom of the 8th as Kobe Wallace comes on out to the plate, but he's got to face a new pitcher. It'll be the 6th pitcher of the day for the Turks, and Victor Diaz, which means Lane Duff's day is done. He pitched 1 inning, allowed no runs, no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts.
Victor Diaz, the rising junior out of Seminole State College of Florida. Pre-game actually was talking with his teammate over there, Johnny Lopez, and so far this summer he has a 1.12 ERA in his 5 games, 2 saves, 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, has allowed 2 walks and 6 hits.
First pitch, Wallace swings and misses at that one, has to get readjusted now as Diaz, righty, takes a breath, winds up, fires, this one fouled back. And Wallace today so far is 0 of 2, struck out once, grounded out once, and then walked twice. Was hit by a pitch. He did score in the 6th inning. He was stranded in the 4th. So responsible for 1 of the 9 Tom Sox runs today. And Diaz looking to keep it at 0 on the board here in this inning. This one inside, be 1-2.
And for Diaz, his last appearance against the Tom Sox was in that 12-8 slugfest here back at CHS back on the 9th. 2 innings pitched, 1 run, 3 hits. He did get that save in that game, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Facing 10 batters that day, he did.
Diaz now here in the 8th. Check swing, did he go? Looks like he did. So Diaz comes into the game and gets a strikeout over Kobe Wallace. Now Robbie Levy coming up to the plate. He had that double in the 4th. Stranded over on second base, and now the lefty. We'll have to see if he can't get something going here for the Sox in the 8th. Ryan Wynn on deck, followed by Johnny Lopez if we get to it. As Levy swings and misses at that one. Has to adjust his helmet again, almost swung out of it. As the George Washington University catcher steps back in against the Seminole State pitcher. Swing and a miss again. Nice pitch by Diaz. He gets up in the count again, 0-2. 1 out here.
Diaz, one of their best, as I mentioned before the out to Wallace, that 1.12 ERA. Could try to lower it near under 1 soon.
0-2. Diaz deals. Just grabs the corner of the plate. He retires back-to-back batters on strikeouts. Now coming Ryan Wynn, the Woodford infielder, with to keep the inning alive with Diaz dealing on the mound.
Winning that last bat, the RBI single, plating Wallace, and extending that hitting streak to 8 games. Be 12 hits in this 8-game hitting streak for Wynn. He's trying to add more to its tally right now.
See if he can't do it here. 2 outs in the 8th. Diaz fires down low, 1-0.
And Wynn has just been one of these batters who joined the team very late since Wofford was in the NCAA tournament and just was able to find a groove real quick, Mike.
Looks like no action either bullpen, so Daniel Powell most likely coming back out for the 9th inning as Diaz down in the dirt, 2-0.
Looking for the 6-out save. Powell.
It would be the first win of the season against the Turks for the Tom Sox after losing 2 games to them, 1 at home, 1 on the road. This one, again, down low, 3-0. It's I believe the only loss at home for the Tom Sox.
Their only home loss was that 12-8 game.
And then they lost 10-1 over at James Madison University. So here in their 3rd appearance against each other. Tom Sox looking to notch a 1 over in that win column. Diaz, the 3-0. Grabs the plate for the first strike.
That was a beautiful pitch just over the outside part of the plate. Sitting there for that first strike of this at-bat.
3-1, 2 outs here at the bottom of 8. Tom Sox. Ryan Wynn fouls it off. Now Diaz battles back to make it a full count. Make that 33 foul balls. Full count, 2 outs. Turks trying to put another 0 on the board here. Get back to the 9th inning and trying to rally. Diaz deals. This one, chopped over to shortstop Perez. It gets over and away from him. Wynn turns first, thinking about second. He doesn't. He's going to back off. Tom Sox stay alive here.
That dangerous lip on the left side of the grass, Mike. That'll be a hit for Ryan Wynn. This will be 13 in this 8-game hitting streak. Back-to-back at-bats with a hit now for Wynn. 2 outs now. Maybe a 2-out rally here for the Tom Sox.
Well, it's going to have to come with Johnny Lopez coming up. He was hit by a pitch twice in the 2nd and 3rd. Scored on both, and he's struck out twice since then. With Ryan Wynn over on first base, Diaz will have to deliver with 2 outs here in the 8th. Down by 4. That one too high, almost dropped in. He is shaking his head at that. Thought he almost grabbed the top of the strike zone. There's Mijos on deck for the Tom Sox. Lopez at the plate. Wynn over on first. Wynn not a big lead. Diaz nods, gets his throw. This one fouled back into the parking lot. And Lopez will have a 1-1 count up next.
Lopez is trying to get back on base for the 3rd time today. You mentioned getting hit by a pitch twice to start his day. Looking to avoid a 3rd strikeout, but we have a 1-1 count to number 9.
Over on third base today, Lopez now at the plate against Diaz. Runner takes off. Lopez hits this one pretty well in left field. It's going to drop. Wynn round second. He's going to have to stay. Throw over to second. Not in time as Wynn has to dive on back. Gets bopped on the head. And now Tom Sox.
And would you look
staying
at that?
alive.
Johnny Lopez getting a hit off his college teammate. So now that's going to be some bragging rights when they end up going back down to Florida.
Well, it's going to be bragging rights right now for the Tom Sox with 2 outs. They got runner in scoring position as Mijos comes out for his very first plate appearance on the day. Come against Diaz, and then Nick Parham on deck. Kel Strickland, if we get to it, in the hole.
This is done. I'm going to look at that audio issue. This game is over.
Diaz looking over at second, takes a breath.
No return
The righty fires to the other righty. And he's able to get that one in for strike one.
It's Diaz. It's been very good for some of these first pitch strikes, but back with the win at bat had the 3-0 that he battled back for.
I have some ideas. I'm not sure.
0-1, 2 outs. Tom Sox lead 4-9-5. This one a little too high. Would be a 1-1 count now.
1-1 with scoring opportunity here for the Tom Sox to try to extend it to 5. Win on second, 2 outs.
Infield in their normal spots, outfield the same. Mejos. This one pops up behind us. He'll go down on a 1-2 count now, 2 outs. Diaz looking to get out of the inning that's the 35th foul ball of the day. This is the first time I've actually been able to track it somewhat well. Not very well, I'll be honest. Somewhat.
Sometimes at our vantage point here in the booth, Mike, it's tough to track these foul balls.
Yeah, one slips by you here and there. Diaz, the 1-2, 2 outs, trying to get out of the inning. Fires this one, and that one fouls off. So we'll get back to a 1-2 count up next.
This will be a foul ball because the catcher not able to squeeze it in his glove.
Bell coming in for Delgado there. Couldn't grab it, so it'll be 1-2 again. Sound like a broken record at this point. Diaz. Already has 2 strikeouts in this inning. Can he get a third? Fires this one. Drops down too low, trying to get him the chase. Mejos discipline at the plate. And now we're at a 2-2 count.
Well, now you won't sound like a broken record anymore, Mike.
Yeah, there we go. Get some change in there. Righty v righty. Turks trying to get out of the inning. Diaz gets the nod from Bell. Fires this one. Swing and a miss. Victor Diaz gets 3 strikeouts in the inning and strands 2 runners on in the Tom Sox. So we're headed to the top of the 9th. Tom Sox lead 9-5, looking for their first win against the Turks this season right here on Tom Sox TV. 8 innings down, and the Tom Sox are 3 outs from getting their first win over the Turks this season. Welcome back, everybody, to Tom Sox TV. Mike Bolger, Matt Cabron with you guys for the final, possibly final frame of this one. Daniel Powell will go back out for 2nd inning. And a swing and a miss there from Ethan Murdoch. In his 5th plate appearance, he's singled once, walked once, grounded out, and flew out. He's got an RBI on the day as well. So it'll be righty versus righty matchup. Powell fires another swing and a miss. Daniel Powell getting out to an 0-2 count early on.
Pumping the gas here.
He's already got 2 strikeouts in the 8th.
I want to know what that our analytics team picked up on that pitch, that fastball.
I'm going to say 90s.
I'm going to go 90. I'm going to go 93 on that one, Mike.
93. I'm going to one-up you. I'm going to go 94. 0-2, no outs, top 9. Turks down to the final 3 outs. Daniel Powell tried to fit that one in there, but misses the plate. 1-0, 1-2.
The 1-2 count. Powell looking for his 3rd strikeout of the night. But he has 10 now on the summer.
Powell, the 1-2. fires. That one foul back off of Strickland. Looks like he's okay. So we'll reset and do it again. Quick look around the South Division scoreboard. Braves lead the Generals 6-3 at the bottom of the 8th, and then Cavaliers lead the Lumberjacks 6-3, bottom of 9th. So the Lumberjacks trying to come on back in the 9th inning there. So South Division.
And in the North, Culpeper did get that win over Covington. Right, you just said that. In the North, Woodstock down 14-4 to Strasburg in that game 2 of the day-night doubleheader. Winchester with that 10-3 win.
Daniel Powell, the 1-2. Check swing, did he go? He did not drop too far, 2-2.
Or my apologies. I keep reading that first game score first. That was the game 1 win. Now it's 6-4 Woodstock in the bottom of the 5th. So North Division taking some time, Mike. They're only in the 5th over there.
The 2-2, no outs here. Daniel Powell fires. This one, swinging a miss. Strickland's got to pick it up, throw it inside over to first base. And Daniel Powell has his 3rd strikeout of the evening. And the Turks down to the final 2 outs, down by 4.
Make that his 11th of the summer for Powell. Now we got to say back to Cale Strickland. He's a warrior. The amount of games he's had to catch with the absence of Robbie Levy. And the 2 times today, the foul ball he's taken to the mask, he shakes off the umpire twice and he says, "I'm fine." So Cale Strickland becoming the catching Iron Man back there.
Not only that, but he's getting on base a lot these past couple games. He's doing it all for the Tom Sox behind home plate. This one now, Jack Canizero, he's going to come up. He's got a RBI single as Powell fires this one. This one lined out to center field. Ballou have to racing under. It's going to drop in between him and Wynn in center field. So the Turks get their first runner of the evening, or excuse me, of the inning. Now Cameron Harris coming up.
You ready for this one, Mike?
Maybe?
That is
I don't know.
Powell's first hit allowed since his 3rd appearance of the summer back on June 13th against the Braves in a 4-1 win.
Okay. Sorry I said I don't know. I don't know what to expect sometimes from you.
Well, it was a good thing. It was a good thing for Powell. He's pitching very good this summer.
Powell with the 1 out now faces Harris. Cameron Harris had that single. He's 1 of 4. This one gets away from Strickland. He's limping a little bit. The runner's going to go over to second base. He's going to have to call time. Hope Strickland's all right. Not sure if it grabbed his thigh or his hand.
But yeah, hopefully he'll just take a walk out to Powell, and whatever pain he's feeling there will be fine once he gets back.
So now Canizero goes over to second base, and the Turks down by 4 have a runner in scoring position here with 1 out in the 9th. He's going to talk things over with Powell, and as you said, I think he's just trying to shake a couple things off. Randy Tomlin out in the dugout a little bit, just making sure he gets the nod from Strickland. So he's going to go back behind home plate, and 1-0, as you said, he's a warrior.
For Powell, 2 saves already this summer. Won't be in line for the save unless the Turks get another base runner on.
1-0 to Cameron Harris. He's already gotten on one so far today. That came in the 7th. See what he can't do here with the Turks needing a run. This one outside, 2-0.
Powell's got to dig deep here and just go right back at Harris. Harris with a single in his last at-bat back in the 7th. That was the ball he beat out. It just got past the first baseman but gloved quickly by Ryan Wynn.
Powell, 2-0. Too far inside. It's going to be a 3-0 count now with a runner in second. And with possibly a win here today, the Tom Sox would stay ahead of the Express in the VBL standings. A win for the Turks, they would move up to 9-7 on the season and keep that second place over the Braves. This one in for strike 1, 3-1. Powell looking to battle back. And for Tom Sox, they're going to have to hit the road tomorrow to face Stanton, and then they'll be right back home on Sunday against Stanton of the Prospect game on Monday, then Covington on Tuesday.
Especially with the Express playing that second game of their doubleheader against Woodstock going on right now.
This one drilled down third base line, but it's going to drift foul. Daniel Powell was down 3-0. He's battled back for 2 straight strikes. 31 strikeout in the inning. See what he can do here with the full count against Cameron Harris. Righty v lefty. Here we go. Full count. Powell fires. This one again fouled back down the third base line into the parking lot. One of the kids tried to make a grab on it. Nevertheless, we'll run it right back. No one warming up in either bullpen. Looks like it's Daniel Powell's show here. 3-2, 1 out. Powell to Harris. Looks over to second. Fires. This one too low in the dirt. It's going to be ball 4 and a walk for the Turks to stay alive. Bringing up Bell, who came in for Matthew Delgado.
He does not allow a run now. I'd say he can get the save, but then you
Batting for Harrisonburg, number 7, David Bell.
Turks staying alive. 1 out. Runners on second and first. We have seen a double play from the Tom Sox today in the 6th inning.
So now Powell could be in line for the save if he does not give up a run here.
Bell coming up. His second plate appearance. He flew out in the 7th. Walked in the 7th. Was stranded there. Bell, 6 foot, 200 pounds, rising sophomore from Georgia State University. He's a Georgia native. Just catching and pitching, so a little bit of both. So far this season, he's got 3 hits, 20 at-bats. Powell fires this one, swing and miss from Bell for strike 1.
There's a big cut by Bell. Trying to get his Turks to fight back on that swing and miss.
Powell takes a breath, looks at second, looks back at home to his catcher Strickland. Fires against the catcher for the Turks. Lined right over to Gibson. He's going to fire over to win. 1-2. Does he get him at first? He does. The Tom Sox end the day on a 6-4-3 double play with a 9-5 victory. They get their first win over the Turks on the season and move to 13-4 on the year.
Daniel Powell will get the save on that one. Be his 3rd of the summer. And Mike, we had a great performance from this entire team. Cade Ballou in his welcome back game with a double, a home run, 3-run home run I should say. Ryan Wynn keeps his hitting streak alive. He now has 13 hits in his last 8 games. And all around just a big, big team win after coming off that loss yesterday.
Absolutely. So the Tom Sox able to grab the 4-run win. They will face Stanton tomorrow night in the Braves' home territory at 7:30. As you look for the replay here in the final play, Powell. I mean, great play by Gibson, too. He sat back on it, let it come to him, and then he fired over the win, and Wynn got the arm over to first in time. So, great way to end it there for them. And, Matt, that'll do it for us on the broadcast tonight. A very long and, man, competitive game at that. We want to thank everybody working behind the scenes on our stats, PA, whatever it may be. It's hard work around here for the Tom Sox, and then
Big night here for the entire staff, even our athletic staff. And we're still wishing the best for David Wiley. Hopefully everything is okay. And yeah, Mike, just all around a great night for the Tom Sox. Big win, back in the win column, and hopefully they can keep something going here, and they got staying on the road.
And for the Turks, they fall to 8-8 on the season. They'll have to head back home tomorrow. Look to grab another win as they've lost 4 straight games. So, from Matt Cabram and Mike Bolger, we want to thank you guys for spending your night on Tom Sox TV. And you guys can check out all of our post-game and pre-game content on our social medias and website. But for now, Tom Sox win it 9-5. Have a good night, everybody.